Yeah.
Yeah. And then we were exposed.
You know,
I was vouching for you.
boy, you look into somebody's past and you don't know what you're going to find sometimes.
Weezer explained these images that Luis Alicea is favoring very quickly right now on Twitter.
You know, it was a different time in my life. I was a little bit more immature. I think I've grown since then.
You're experimenting?
We're really...
A lot of alcohol use in those days.
That one, I think. God, these are really...
No, these are... You can't explain these away.
One of the
No, that one's just, we're two couches pulled together because we're...
lonely.
We're at Missouri.
Your explanation was you're scissoring with this guy because it was really hot out.
Oh, that was just random
Why would
night.
your legs be wrapped around each other like that?
Makes for a funny picture.
Curious? They were curious, I guess.
Free your balls once and for all with the most comfortable jeans on the planet. And you can do it for free. Download the TMA mobile app and enter to win a $200 gift card to Muggsy. Muggsy jeans are built with a proprietary stretch denim with a stylish look, but the feel of sweatpants. Never too baggy, never too skinny, always just right. And more room for your twigs and berries. Get the app and create an account now. Or log in and register if you already have it. This opportunity is 100% solely intended for the greatest listeners in radio. Thanks for listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
I spent 4 years in San Francisco.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPN-TFM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Ryan Kelly. Now, I have already done business, both refinancing and getting pre-approved with Ryan Kelly, and it was so easy at thehomeloanexpert.com, both processes, and it was so fast. But now, you're going to make it even faster?
We're so fast. It's like Flash, you know. I don't know if you're...
I do know. I have those toys thrown at
Your
me, so I'm
son's
aware
into
of
that
them.
yet?
Yes.
Yeah, mine is for sure. And Flash, that's how fast we are. And we're super excited to be rolling out our 10-day closing guarantee. 10-day closing guarantee. I got to say that a little faster. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, we can take your refinance or your home purchase to the closing table in 10 days or less. We have a guarantee on that, and we will pay you if we can't. That's how fast we are.
Wow.
But think about this. If you're trying to buy a house, that's how you get a leg up on the competition. You tell those sellers, I am ready to close in 10 days. If you're ready to pull that equity out and do a cash out refinance, we can have you the cash in your bank account by the end of the month. Got questions? Ready to get pre-approved? Visit thehomeloanexpert.com.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled-high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
You can get an insurance quote anywhere. Ask yourself, what is my provider doing for me? Do I have to hit prompts? Do I have to deal with chatbots? Am I put on hold? Is it always a different person? Are they local? Are they proactive in the community? Do they represent the #1 provider of auto and home insurance in the U.S.? The James Carlton State Farm team is comprised of individuals right here in your neighborhood. We are out supporting our Blues, Cardinals, Bills, and Tigers. Do something new in 22 and kick the out-of-town companies to the curb. Give us a call or go online to carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago, and I still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
Bertarelli Cutlery is the gold standard when it comes to having your knives sharpened. Locally owned and operated family business on the hill, where you can not only get knives sharpened, you can get those nitro gloves. Price of gloves has skyrocketed over the years. The need and demand for the gloves is back in a big way. Bertarelli has purchased truckloads of these gloves, and they buy in bulk and then pass the savings along to you. You'll also appreciate Bertarelli for their ability to sharpen up your tools. Chainsaw, axe, knife, lawnmower blades, you name it, they will sharpen it up. Bertarelli Cutlery, 1927 Marconi Avenue on the Hill. The website is bertarellico.com.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:05 in St. Louis. You are listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, The Potted Plant, TMASTL.com, YouTube.com/TMASTL, and our app downloaded. It's unbelievable. You can communicate directly with all of the show, and it's got to be exciting for you to be able to communicate with me.
And to go private from time to time.
That's where we handle a lot of our private requests, and we will send you our used boy panties.
Oh.
Just use the app to do it, and we will send them out.
And the money is pouring in, from what I understand.
Yeah, $49.99 is the standard rate. It's a flat rate. It's a flat rate.
That's a minute per minute?
No, that's for the boy panties.
Oh.
It's for the boy panties. Welcome to the Mug and Ass 7 o'clock hour. We are in the Michelob Ultra Studios. Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Elvin Vaughn, Kenneth Iggy Strode, Action Jackson, Virgin Pringle Sauce Boss, and the Plowhawk is on the ones and twos. Hello, friends. Come on in. The water is warm. Get involved. Engineer Design Facilities. Text inbox 314-881-TMA5, 314-881-TMA5. And you are welcome to call in via the Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone line, 636-9004-TMA, and email in for our design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. And, Doug, come on in. The water is warm because the Cardinals are coming. Tra-la, tra-la. I don't know what the lead is. They've won every single game they've played for the last 8 games. Albert Pujols hit another home run. Jordan Montgomery throws a complete game shutout with a one-hitter. What's the lead?
I guess it's Albert. He's the one that's got everybody so excited. He hit a bullet off the wall. He hit a home run, and he grounded into 2 double plays. If that's not Albert Pujols' career right there in one game, I don't know what is. Just absolutely incredible. Yeah. You just kind of expect it now.
Yeah.
This is who he was, 20 years, 15 years ago. When he was at his absolute best, he was this kind of hitter. Maybe not as good as Terry's been on the last week or so. But every time he came up, you expected something like this to happen, and here it is again at age 42. Got to take a good look at this because we won't see the likes of him again.
Do you expect him to get to 700 now?
I do now.
Yeah, isn't it weird?
I keep having these negative thoughts. Gosh, I hope he stays healthy. Gosh, I hope he doesn't get hurt running out one of these hits or something. But, if he can stay healthy, and he should play all the time right now. He's the hottest hitter in the league. Left-hander, right-hander, I don't care. Put him up there.
When you get older, the one thing that you start losing is being able to get around on a fastball. And that home run was up in his eyes and just tomahawked it.
Yeah.
Most older guys can't get around on that fastball. He just turned and old Albert.
Drew Smiley of the Cubs pitched a damn good game. He just was outdueled by Jordan Montgomery. 9 innings, 1 hit, 7 strikeouts for Montgomery. Brian Cashman, meanwhile, in New York, had to issue a vote of confidence to Aaron Boone, although I'm not sure Brian Cashman's the guy that should be issuing votes of confidence at this particular moment. Doug, Jordan Montgomery has allowed, 12 runs since coming over to the Cardinals?
1.
Okay, I got some different information.
And I believe 25 innings?
That trade get somebody fired.
We got Steve Carlton for an injured Harrison Bader.
Considering what the Yankees... Now, if the Yankees would have lost last night, especially considering they were playing the Mets, it would have been the absolute perfect storm. But they were able to beat the Mets, and so that probably kept some of the ire coming out of the Bronx to a low. But they are freaking out about that trade, and understandably so. Montgomery continues to deal. I still can't believe that they traded him. I can't believe the Cardinals got him. I can't believe that the Yankees traded him. I don't know what the hell was going on, but I'm thrilled that it happened. So Montgomery continues his heater ever since coming to the Cardinals, and he is now sitting with a 3.08 ERA on the season. Now, Drew Smiley pitched really well, as I made reference to, for the Chicago Cubs. He went 7 innings, struck out 6, and only allowed 4 hits and 1 piece of damage, and the only runner to get to second base was Pujols. When he touched it, rounding the bases, here's what Drew Smiley had to say about giving up the home run to Albert Pujols.
Hit the lever, Plowsy.
Yeah, I mean, that's a tough way to lose the game, 1-0, definitely, but it's exactly where I was trying to throw it, maybe a little more in to kind of maybe jam him a bit more, but I was thinking just change his eye level and, like, you know, don't let him hit it. Honestly, was my thought. Just throw it up and kind of, if he swings, great. I know he's very aggressive. If not, you know, it's a ball and we can come back to a different pitch next. But I mean, he's the machine for a reason. He's back, so it's you know, tip your cap to him.
Well, I think that home run made it so that he's tied with Barry Bonds, who's homered off the most pitchers ever. I mean, does that soften the blow, make it worse?
How many pitchers is that?
449.
Wow. I mean, like I said, it's a tough way to lose because I executed the pitch I wanted. Maybe I guess I should have done a different pitch, but you know, he's Albert Pujols. You know, he's the GOAT. He's one of the greatest of all time. He finally got me.
Wow, Iggy did not like it.
Come on, you didn't like the media laughter, just trying to play along?
Well, and I said when people may start grooving balls to him later on.
Uh-oh, we're back on that?
No, they want to win, too. They want to win, too. They just lost, and they're all laughing.
That was the media that was chuckling over the guy's sense of humor.
No, he was chuckling, too. They don't care.
So you think that
So
pitch
what
may
do
have
you
been grooved to him?
Threw that pitch at his neck.
No, I'm not that pitch, but I said later on, you know, when there's 20 games left and you're playing the Pirates and the Cubs that are 30 games out, they don't care. And it seemed last night they lost, and he's making jokes.
Just got to pay his respects to one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
Just saying, you lose the game. So, yeah, they beat
What else
me.
do you say when someone like that beats you?
Well, you just lost the game. Well, what are you going to do? I threw a good pitch, you hit a home run. Next.
Huh, so you'd be a little grumpier with the
Shut it down!
Well, if they're really gung-ho on winning and they don't want to go out there and get beat, you get upset at a loss.
I think it's evident the Cubs are not gung-ho on winning anything.
Well, that's my point. They don't care.
But the players individually do. They got contracts to make.
He cared. What are you going to say after you lose?
Drew Smiley's got a...
You pitched a great game. You lose 1-0.
Well, we were going to sign you to $10 million, but you gave up that home run to Pujols. You're done. One home run is...
Then we've got a contrarian in the middle of Ultra Studios. It's like Colin Coward's here.
Listen, pig.
Jesus, this old queen is always so damn bitter. That's from the Hillside. Didn't you play him in a round ago?
Why am I... That's not bitter. I was making a comment. That wasn't a grooved pitch, no. But I'm just saying, when I said later on in the season, you're going to...
Have you observed one that you felt like was a grooved pitch recently? Madison Bumgarner isn't exactly a delight.
No. But as you get later in the year, you know, it was a close
Trees
game.
like a cryogenic lab. Hoo-hoo, yeah.
Macho Man Randy Savage. No, but you know, if you get later in the year and you're losing 8-0, and you're the Pirates or the Reds or the Cubs or whoever, you know, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, he's 798. Yeah, I'm going to give him one. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, it could happen in that scenario.
Well,
I
that
guess
was the scenario I was
late in the
talking
season.
about.
But if the game is still in doubt and you're playing the Cardinals and the Cardinals are involved in a pennant race, I think you owe it to the competitive nature and to the rest of the
Well,
league.
yeah, if it's nothing, 1-1, yes, that's what I'm saying. But if the game's out of hand, you know, giving up a home run to Pujols isn't going to end your career. Back to the minors with you.
Reluctant Cuck says it's shocking that Iggy can't fathom people having personal pride in their performance at work. Doug, that's the reluctant Cuck.
I don't know what that means.
He didn't groove the pitch. Wrinkles,
No,
stop
he
lying.
didn't.
That's from Brian Henson, and he covers the Indianapolis
Well, maybe
club.
that's why you don't get any jobs covering big teams.
Oh.
Because you're not listening. I didn't say he grooved the pitch. I was going back to the press conference that you just lost a game and you're all chuckling and making jokes.
It was the media that was laughing.
Well, they laughed at what he said. Think they laughed on their own? He said something was funny.
Well, I mean, he just lost a game when he pitched well. I mean, he didn't just lose his mother or his dog. He played well. A guy hit a home run, beat him 1-0. I don't think he's going to go into depression over that.
That's my point. If
It's my birthday in 3 days.
If Chris Carpenter gave up a home run to lose a game 1-0, would he be joking with the media?
Well, Chris Carpenter probably not. Probably never joked with anybody ever. Probably not. But Adam Wainwright could probably stand up there and say, well, we pitched well, but Barry Bonds hit a home run. He's one of the greatest of all time. Tip your cap.
Iggy, you don't even watch baseball. Your opinion can and should be discounted. Go take a smoke break and dream of a time you were sexually adequate. That's from Nate Duggan. He is in Tallahassee at the moment, home of the Knowles.
Well, again, I don't need to watch the entire game to be able to follow it and read things and watch the highlights. And yeah, I got to see the only thing that happened last night. I got to see the home run on the replay. You wasted 9 innings watching the other crap.
Doug, we almost had an S-bomb.
Can I give you my starting lineup?
No. I'm not going to die on this vine. Listen.
What is the vine?
The vine is when I said that I think people are going to start grooving pitches, and Doug said, no, they want to win the game. I don't care if they're 20 out. They want to win the game. And then we lost. Listen to the press conference. The guy just got beat 1-0, and he's cracking jokes. So obviously it didn't really matter to him that he lost the game. He don't care.
He didn't really crack a joke.
Is it doesn't or don't?
Don't.
It doesn't. He didn't really crack a joke. He just said he got beat by the greatest of all time.
Yeah, but he wasn't. Yeah, I hate to lose that. I mean, he hit a good pitch, but maybe I should have got it down. But, what are you going to do? He's the GOAT. He's the man.
Boots definitely implied he grooved the pitch. The lies continue. Sup, Tim. That's from Brian Anch and Doug. He's a columnist in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
I did not. I said the ball was in his eyes.
Wow, these questions are tough.
He's not grooving the pitch. It was in his eyes. He just tomahawked it, which I said most older players, especially 42, can't get around on that pitch. And it was the Albert of old. He just tomahawked it in his eyes. So nobody didn't groove the pitch.
Well, you completely let the air out of the Albert Pujols balloon.
No, I didn't.
I told you.
Stick to dragons and bottom-feeding clearance rack fish, Boots. No more sports talk for you. Doug, that's little Tommy Tribben's on a beautiful morning here in St. Louis. He's out on his dirt bike. School starts, but he does not go. He's homeschooled. Little Tommy
I had to turn my attention away from the Bachelorette last night. Every time Pujols came to the plate, had to watch on my phone.
That thing's still on.
Oh, yeah.
The season
We're down
30.
to hometowns.
How many marriages still exist?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were talking about just in general in the world.
No.
You're talking about off that show.
The answer would be 6 for both.
Yes.
Yeah, I just...
24, apparently. 24 Bachelor and Bachelorette couples who are still together.
So they've had that many shows?
Well,
it's been on a long time.
Yeah, it goes back to 2001 or 2.
And there's both the Bachelor and Bachelorette, correct?
Yeah, so that's 40,
there's 2 a year.
50 maybe even.
I used to play golf with the very first Bachelor.
Now, who was that?
I think his name was Aaron something. Is it Aaron Burley? Bergie? Well, we were talking Bachelor and Bachelorette.
And how did you know him to play golf?
He was from Springfield. He was a banker in Springfield and got to know him a little bit, and we played golf a couple times.
How was he? Good ball striker?
Yeah, about a 10 at the time.
There's Alex Michael. Was it Alex Michael?
No, I think it was Alex Bergie or something like that.
Well, I don't know.
Warson Woods Wacko not happy with our Munganess 7 o'clock hour. Iggy, go back to digging up pretend Hito stories instead of discussing serious sports journalism topics. That's the Warson Woods Wacko. He is at war with Mr. Licks, and Mr. Licks is at war with Hugo Posh. Am I correct on that? I'm trying to keep track of these.
No, he's involved with the entire show and listeners.
Is that Licks?
Yeah.
Licks.
And they're all angry at me for some reason. Well, wait till the end of the season. Somebody's going to be accused of grooving a pitch, and then we'll all talk about it and say, ooh, Iggy was right.
Nice.
And I hope it's I hope it's not 700. I hope 700 lets it go down and get a slider.
Okay. Well, maybe he'll get it so quickly that it won't even be a factor. The rate he's going now, he could have it by the end of the month.
Well, I'll probably sit out tonight.
Well, they have a doubleheader, so I would imagine he will be making an appearance today.
Yeah.
At some point.
He was at first base last night. A couple of good picks.
Mm-hmm. Very good one on the play by Edmund there. What, 9th inning?
Guy said I missed something. Did he just say he played golf with Aaron Burr? Doug, you know him from a duel with Alexander Hamilton.
Right, he killed Alexander Hamilton. That's why he was still alive to be able to play golf with you.
He's right, Aaron Bergie.
None of us really had any follow-ups. We heard it.
This take is as bad as that shirt he's wearing made from a discarded tablecloth from the Tilted Kilt. That's from a Newt Bowl eligible.
Well, it's a tartan polo, so it's worth more than probably anything in your closet.
It proves you're not a Hoosier, too.
No, it just proves I'm not wearing a tablecloth.
Oh.
Guys, he ruined Doug's story about Jack Buck, and now he ruins Albert's home run story. That's from the 314.
Don't first of all, I don't know what kind of a story it is. So you hit a home run. Okay, should we add to it? What kind of a story is it? And I didn't ruin anything.
In the air, left field, and gone.
That's how you
That
would
could
have
be the
called it.
700th home run call by Iggy.
Yes.
And it's gone. That's 700.
Love Albert.
They grooved it.
Love Albert Pujols.
Even if they groove it, you still got to hit it. They groove him in batting practice, and not everybody hits the ball out of the park.
Got to talk golf with him for like 30 minutes one time.
Oh, we're back on Berge now, or Aaron Burr?
In the air, left field, and gone.
700.
I did notice, because you have to be, when you're on the Twitter tweets, you gotta be a contrarian. And I did notice for non-Cardinal fans, they are espousing the belief that the balls are juiced. And it's interesting in a game in which Major League hitters were participating that Albert Pujols was the only one to be able to get a run across, but the ball was juiced. And I don't know if Drew Smiley's like, toss out a juiced ball for me in this at bat. But that is the current conspiracy theory with regards to Albert Pujols, is that the balls are juiced.
What about
So
the
he
one
can
at
get to
the left
700.
field that didn't get out?
Right, juiced.
Hey,
I'm sure Madison Bumgarner, again, a delight, would have loved to have said, yes, just throw me the juiced ball so I can throw it to Albert Pujols to help him get a home run.
His wife is an expert field dresser.
Wonderful.
Oh,
One of the
God.
greatest. Is that in the system?
Yeah, we played it.
I've got to pull it up. I haven't heard that in so long.
We played it the day after he died.
Mr. Lick says, Iggy, can I call in, or are you just going to pout the whole time? That's from Mr. Licks.
I have nothing to do with taking calls, so.
636-9004 TMA is the number for the Steve Schmidt Key of North County phone lines. Doug, I am enjoying this run. I really love seeing what's going on with Jordan Montgomery and the Yankees. Even though I am kind of a Yankees fan, I just appreciate sustained greatness. It's funny to see that they made a move that they really didn't need to make, and that has pissed off their fan base. Jackson sent over a link this morning, and the Brewers, even though Josh Hader's been removed as the Padres closer because
he can't get anybody out.
He's been a debacle since going over to San Diego. The Brewers are saying, Eric Lauer, one of their starters, that their spiral began on trade deadline day, or when Hader was traded. That wasn't on the deadline day, but it was a few days out. Quote, it didn't send us the right message from the upstairs people trying to say, like, we're doing this and we're trying to put you guys in the best position and we're trying to win right now with you guys. It seemed more of a, quote, we're trying to develop for the future. And so you have seen now a couple of teams, in the case of the Yankees and the Brewers, who were in a much better position 3 weeks ago, really fall off since the trade deadline. Now, in fairness, the Yankees spiral began back in July, but the Brewers really have collapsed since that trade deadline. And meanwhile, the Cardinals, in specifically Montgomery, but also Quintana's been damn good too. Didn't have a great start against the Diamondbacks, but overall has been damn good. That sent a message that they were going to go for it. And they were able to do it without really giving up much of anything at all relative to what I think their long-term and short-term future was. And that stuff has a psychological impact. The Cardinals have looked like a different team since the trade deadline. That stuff matters, man.
Quintana, the win their starts, they're 8-0.
What's that?
The Cardinals are 8-0 in Quintana, and Montgomery's 8 starts.
You didn't give up one single prospect. I was so wrong about just getting pitching. Certainly think offense could have helped, but, I mean, it's just superstar.
Well, I said this yesterday on 101, and I'll say it here. It is important, well, whether you consider it important or not, and it won't be popular to say, but I do think it's, the Cardinals are absolutely on a tear, and they did sweep the New York Yankees, but they are not at this moment doing this against teams that are going to be competing in October or even remotely close to October. So from the offensive standpoint, that problem hasn't necessarily been solved, and I think it was on this show yesterday where I said, of the outfielders right now, who do you have the most faith in? And you said Doug Lars Nootbaar.
Yeah.
So that is something that was not solved, and I don't know who the Braves will be throwing at the Cardinals this weekend when they're playing a team that is competing for the National League East, and the Mets are battling them right now, what that will look like. But then after they play the Braves, minus a stretch of games in the second to last week of September, if I'm not mistaken, against the Padres and Dodgers, they have 9 games left against the Pirates. They have 4 coming up against the Nationals. I think they have 7 or 8 left with the Reds. Obviously, they have 7 with the Cubs, 4 remaining here in Chicago and 3 in St. Louis. And the final 6 games of the season against the Pirates, 3 in St. Louis and 3 in Pittsburgh. It's a very favorable schedule. Now, you can't fault the Cardinals for winning against the teams you're supposed to beat, and they are winning at a pace that is ridiculous. But as far as observing how it would play out in October offensively, they haven't been facing playoff caliber rotations. So that is, it's not to downplay what they're doing. It's just to, if and when they do indeed get to October, which at this point would be startling if they didn't, if people go, what happened to that offense that they had in August? Well, the teams that they were playing for the most part in August were out of the mix. So it's just an observation. I'm sure it will receive some semblance of hatred because you're supposed to be just, spewing off positives. And I'm incredibly positive. I'm thrilled with what we're seeing. But offensively, you still do have question marks, in particular in the outfield. And if you can get those guys going and DeYoung going, as he was when he came back up, he was on a tear, and then he just cooled off immediately. Yes, he had the grand slam on Sunday or Saturday, whatever the hell it was. But it's been pretty rough over the last 10 days or so.
I think DeYoung and O'Neill are the X factors. Because when they get hot, they are really good.
Yeah, they can be forces.
Yeah, but then they go into funks where they just can't hit a lick, where they strike out every other time they come up. If you get those two players hit a little bit, then they've got a formidable lineup.
I think the X factor is Flaherty still. You don't want Dak Hudson in your playoff rotation.
He wouldn't be in the playoff rotation. That's a fifth spot.
Yeah, I still think having Flaherty in the bullpen would be a huge, huge bonus.
I wonder if he'd be a bullpen guy if they'd be cautious with him warming up with the shoulder. I don't know. That's 100% my thing. I haven't read that or heard that in an interview. I just am curious about that because that was the knock against Montgomery with the Yankees, that he wouldn't make their rotation, which I'm sure now they just wouldn't like. I can't imagine what sports talk radio is like in New York right now with that. And with this guy pitching like he's pitched in St. Louis and the Yankees playing like they've played since the trade. But then secondarily, that he wouldn't make the rotation and then he wouldn't be able to warm up quickly enough to be used out of the bullpen. Beats the hell out of me.
Yeah, I'm not sure that you could trust Flaherty to start a playoff game when he hadn't been there all year.
Mm-hmm. Doug, playoff start today. What's your rotation? Go!
Wainwright.
Oh, no.
Plowhawk disagrees.
Montgomery and Michaelis. And if you have to throw a fourth, Quintana.
If Wainwright, if it's a day game, or if one of the first 2 games is a day game in St. Louis with shadows, Wainwright all day long. I'm telling you, it has mattered and it continues to matter because of that breaking ball in the shadows. God, I don't know, man. I don't know how you legitimately have great choices. But that's the nice thing. In a playoff rotation, you can theoretically go 3, but certainly you only need 4.
I would start Montgomery 1 because I guess in a 5-game series it doesn't matter. But
it also depends on the team and if a team matches up better or worse, versus a lefty. That's another factor.
Rather have Montgomery with 2 potential starts in a series than Wainwright. No offense to Waino, I think Montgomery's the 5th best player in baseball. He's throwing just absolutely Bob Gibson-esque. It'd be hard pressed for me to think, even with Wainwright's.
He's the 5th best player in baseball?
That's correct.
Correct.
The Plowhawk releases the rankings.
In the last 2 weeks, I said he's the 5th best player.
Who's the best?
Darnell Coles has had a great 10 days.
Top 5.
Doug, I don't do lists.
Okay, I didn't know you didn't do lists.
Tra-la-la-la-la-la.
All right, I believe it with his numbers. I don't know how many players could be better. I can see where he'd be the best pitcher in baseball over the last 2 weeks. One of the issues they may run into in the playoffs is if they play the Mets. Mets have got all that great right-handed starting pitching. Is Pujols going to play? Do you lose that bat because you're not facing a lefty?
You gain Dickerson.
Yeah, that's why it's a problem.
I think you play Pujols against a righty, right?
I would hope.
You don't play matchup when Dickerson's hitting like 192. You can't match up.
But there are some who say that the reason Pujols has had this resurgence is that he only plays in favorable situations, that they've used him perfectly. But that would mean that he doesn't bat against right-handers, I guess, if you're going to continue that off into the postseason.
Yeah, well, barely hitting against right-handers during the regular season. I don't know why that would change in the postseason.
Jordan Walker. That will never happen.
They won't even call him up, I don't think. You don't get unlimited call-ups anymore. You get two. You call up two, and one will probably be Flaherty, and one
40-man
Yepes.
roster situation.
One Yepes, and Walker probably contends for a starting job next year in spring training.
I forgot about Yepes.
Yeah, if they can just get a little something offensively from the outfield this year, and maybe Walker or Burleson or somebody comes up next year that can give them a big bat in the outfield, that would help.
Tra-la-la-la-la-la.
Well, that would be the song.
Can't forget that.
Hey, Tim, I can relate to that warm-up procedure. I rushed my routine last time you and Wellington came over, and when I was tugging away in the corner as you two are hammering that ass, I threw something out of place. Need more notice next time we dial your bullpen phone. Thanks, that's the recovering alcoholic from Belleville in Webster Grove.
Goodness, I'm not sure what he was talking about right there, fellas.
Many texts are coming in this morning in the Engineered Design Facilities text inbox 314-881 TMA5. That is how you can text in and really become a friend of the Feather. 314-881 TMA5. Engineered Design Facility, sponsor of the text inbox here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After as we broadcast in the Munganest, St. Louis Acura, Alton Toyota. 7 o'clock hour from our Michelob Ultra Studios. EDF's Fire Division is now testing, inspecting, and maintaining the fire system on all commercial kitchen and restaurant hoods. If you have visibility to your company or place of business's commercial fire alarm panel and system, please email fire@edf-rg.com. They will have a technician come out and provide a free evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. You can also check them out anytime at edf-rg.com. The official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. That's Engineered Designed Facilities, EDF, sponsor of our text inbox here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. And Munganast is the sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour and the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. Munganast is online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com, and they are the official automotive provider of TMA. And we are big fans of Munganast, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota here on this radio program. If you're looking for a new car or a pre-owned car, you can shop right now at stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com. And even if you didn't get your car from Munganast, you can get it serviced at Munganast. Email me, T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com, and I'll connect you with Jamie Burkhardt, their general manager, and you will be taken care of by the best. The best is Munganast, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota.
Those aren't just empty words. They are definitely the best. I have never been treated with any better service in my life than what I get at Munganast.
I'm taking my...
If I had a bell, I'd ring it.
Yeah, I'm taking my van in tomorrow, drop it off. I mean, they're unbelievable people. I can't really express enough. We'll repeat ourselves continuously about the customer service and the support there.
I know where I'm going for my car needs for the rest of my life.
Wow.
I don't know why I'd go anywhere else.
Our van has 2 months of car payments. Our CRV is paid off. Thinking about maybe getting a vehicle here soon.
Yeah?
Yeah. And you go to Munganast, man.
Oh, I don't know why you'd go anywhere else. After you deal with them, you go, well, I guess I found my car guy.
Beer Cat's not happy?
Oh, no.
He's the 5th best player in baseball, but no idea who the top 4 are. Oh, I said last 2 weeks, but still don't have a list. It's like Iggy is running around in that body. That's from Beer Cats.
1 million for certain. Play back the tape. I said in the last 2 weeks, the 5th best player in baseball. Yeah. And you go by fantasy rankings. So I'm not going to go through 15 or 16 other teams to try to find the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. All you're doing right now is making Caesar salads and marrying ketchup. I mean, what you can do, seriously, get off your lazy ass and look it up yourself. I didn't say I had a top 5 list and Jordan Montgomery starts it off at number 5. I never said that.
No, he lives out there in Oakville, and I passed that on the highway Sunday coming in. And I thought, man, we've talked a lot about how far it is. It's really no farther from Oakville to St. Louis than it is from Wentzville to St. Louis. It's 40 minutes, 45, that's all. So we've often wondered why he makes this such a long drive to come to our live events, because it's not that far.
And he got plenty of free time.
Marrying ketchup.
Oh, it's amazing. Playing just against lefties, Pujols has the 3rd most home runs on the team.
Who have the first 2?
Well, Goldschmidt and Arenado.
Okay, I thought maybe we had another list that we weren't going to be able to complete.
No, he's got 14 now. It's 3rd on the team.
Yeah. I don't know who else would even be close.
I think Gorman's close. I think Gorman has 12 or 13.
My, how things have changed. A month ago, Plowsy said our prospects wouldn't help until 2026 and 2027. Now he wants one up for the playoffs. That's from the 314.
Well, I never said Jordan Walker couldn't help immediately. I was just talking about the trends for Cardinal prospects. They tend to wait a little bit longer in the minors than most prospects do on other teams, which is fine. But I didn't say Jordan Walker wasn't a beast, because he is.
Yeah. Beer Cats is a miserable troll. He is a loser who drinks craft beer and takes his shoes off in public. Clown. That's from Buzz.
Drinking craft beer makes you a loser?
The shoes off in public. That
hurts.
point.
That hurts your case. Does he do that? I've never seen him do that.
I have absolutely no idea. I don't think I've ever sat down and hung out with Beer Cats enough to know if he takes his shoes off.
And why does anyone care what someone else is drinking?
I'm with that too, man.
There are a lot of beer snobs out there. Where
I
if
just
you're,
crack
heaven
open
forbid,
a Mick
you're
Ultra,
drinking.
man. What does it got? 95 calories?
Yeah, it does. 2.6 grams of carbs.
Just drink
You're
that.
tracking your micros, bro. Oh, you are? Sweet.
What up?
Yeah,
What
Michelob
up,
Ultra
Mick
sponsor of our
Ultra?
studios. Thank you. Nice.
Nice, dog.
Took
That was
off.
gangster.
That was gangster. Michelob Ultra also sponsored the Fan Page Club Championship. Congratulations to Chris Hack, Bomber.
Love you, bud.
And also the sponsor of the Lemmings Open. Doug, 24 of the 27 foursomes gone.
Oh, are they really?
3 foursomes remain. There are not going to be any sold later, by the way. I know they set aside some for the Dotem. So if you want to play in the Lemmings Open, go to tmastl.com. We are partnering with the Megan Meyer Foundation. Tina Meyer joined us yesterday to talk about the cyberbullying, and that was an eye-opening interview. Iggy has been working with the Megan Meyer Foundation for more than a decade, and we are excited here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After to be working with them for this event. $85 per golfer, so go book the foursomes now, and that will take care of your breakfast from Donut Drive-In, lunch, and after golf, Uncle Leo's Pizza. How do you do? All of that, including all of your Michelob Ultra, all day long, Friday, September 23rd at Normandy. There are only 3 foursomes remaining to be purchased at tmastl.com, and once those are gone, it's gone. It's a one-day event, so 24 of the 27 have been sold. Go and take care of the other 3 right now, and even if you don't have a foursome put together, just get it to make sure that you can play. And watch us compress the ball. This is a show that really compresses the golf ball. We'll take on any show in the market. I think we would win.
Now,
I'll be honest. Iggy, you think that's right? I think it would. I mean, what show could beat us?
No laying up.
Nobody.
No laying up.
Oh.
Solly, Tron
Nobody.
Carter.
Any golf
Well, in
podcast.
this city, nobody.
Doesn't Jay Delsing have a show?
Yes, he does on 101 on Saturdays.
Does Skip Berkmeyer?
Well, who are you going to put with him?
Skip and Jennings.
Oh, that's a
I
tag
was
team.
texting with Skip this morning, as a matter of fact.
Now, for this Lemmings Open, a lemming is a small rodent. If people come dressed as a rat or something, do they get 10%?
Dress as a gerbil, please.
Yeah, they actually get a spot in your rectum.
That's not what I was looking for.
I'm kidding, Doug. That was a little bit too lowbrow.
Oh, there's plenty of rats that'll be playing, so.
Wow. The man has attacked the audience. The man has attacked
Can
the
you name
audience.
the top 5?
No, I shouldn't say that. Actually, the rats who listen to this show don't participate in anything we do. They just text in and bitch. They don't ever show up at TMA events so it'll be a good group of people.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Okay.
I mean, there are going to be some bombers out there.
Chris Hack, Fan Page Club champion, Doug. That'll be fun for you to get a chance to talk with him. Are you going to do a one-on-one, or what are you now that you're back in television full-time?
Won't do an interview, no.
I think
Not
he's actually
back in
doing a
full
3-part
time.
package.
I have had more people, I'm dead serious, ask me about you in television. It's
Well, he's coming back soon, so.
I'm dead. It's got to be close to double digits, and it's not like I'm like out and about guy.
I've had a lot of texts and emails also.
And Madison came up to me that day after she didn't listen to the show that day. Shocker. And was like, "I'm super excited to have Doug back on." I'm not kidding, Doug. I wish this was a parody, but it isn't.
Madison, who is in her early 20s, right, or mid 20s, is excited that Doug is returning to local television.
Well, it's awfully nice of her to say, but how
Unplugged.
many people are super excited about anything that goes on with local news?
If she didn't hear the
This guy who
show,
does a minute and a half of sports, I'm thrilled.
if she didn't hear the show, then that means she read Caesar's column.
Yeah, she saw Caesars.
Really?
She has a Twitter
Ever
account.
since the Plowhawk made an appearance with the talk about the clown nose thing,
Well, that
she
actually
has to check it.
That's made 3 separate appearances in articles, so pretty proud of that one.
Oh, well. well.
Speaking of getting together, any idea if there will be any TMA Lives in the future? Thanks. That's from Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack. Doug, it sounds like he's trying to set up the less popular MFF.
We did have a ball there at the Maggie O's.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was a treat.
Yeah, that was a great night.
Why don't you put a foursome together, Scott?
Yeah.
Play.
You thinking he'll bring his wife out? Is that why you...
And you can also play golf.
I don't know.
Oh, man, that's a good joke.
Clip that off. Caller Ellen says, please tell me that Doug, now expanding his television duties, won't include standing outside the stadium during the NLCS or the World Series. That's from Caller Ellen.
That's where I saw David Freeze's triple in Game 6.
So were you live and telling the art, like telling...
Waiting to go live.
Oh, okay.
So good.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Like
already
people
live.
would turn off the game and switch to the CBS programming because they might cut in and give us an update on what's happening.
I think he just hit a home run, folks.
It's a hard call for local stations because you know that that's all people are talking about or watching. You want to kind of be a part of it and deliver the story, and yet at the same time you know that people are watching the actual game.
But what about a story that you and the news crew and everybody were watching that game, and you could have a camera there and your celebration of the home run, and then it pans to you? This is Doug Vaughn here in the newsroom.
I wasn't in the newsroom. I was in that darn parking
I'm saying
lot.
You shouldn't be in the parking lot. You should have been in the newsroom. And, the shot was you guys celebrating that amazing win.
Mr. Licks is trying to call in. He says Jackson has his eyes on the phone, so now if you want to call in. Jackson, I thought now that you have like a mic switch, you can have the ringer on, or is it do I have bad
not the
information?
ringer, just because, like, in case my mic was on, that would be ugly. But it's easier for me to, like, pick up the phone during, say, a live read or something. But it's still kind of out of my periphery. So.
Don't say periphery.
I like that.
Don't say periphery.
Please tell me another word I could use that would be the same.
My viewpoint?
And we know,
What about purview?
Don't say
Well, I like that.
purview.
I like that too.
All right. So it's now I got the phone in my purview. But, like, I told him to call back in 3 minutes ago, and he hasn't, which makes me think he didn't call in at all.
Oh, he's signing for packages.
Mr. Licks is signing for packages.
Dropping some off.
I told
That's honest work.
I told Heck to DM you too. He DM'd me about coming in Thursday or Friday. I said just DM.
Pick up his trophy and receive the Doug. Is it the Navy jacket? Is that what he receives?
Yeah, it's the Navy Nautica sport coat.
Nice.
I said just DM Jackson. He'll let you know what'll work.
I'm glad at least I lost to the
Thursday's
champion.
cool with me.
Because that dude's a great. He's fun to golf with, too. Chris.
How bad you lose to him?
Oh, I got rolled.
It's
I think
up
I
there.
lost on the 13th or 12th hole. 13th hole, something like that.
4 and 3.
Look up there.
No, it wasn't 4 and 3. I don't think. Well, maybe.
6 and 5.
Yep, 6 and 5.
Oh, 7 and 6, Plowhawk.
Yeah, he is a beast.
So did you quit at that point or play out your 18 holes?
We quit, which I kind of asked him. I'm like, dude, I mean, I'm good. And we had a great handshake.
Well, clearly you know match play like Tim.
Yeah, I had the Tim handbook. Match play.
Hey, look, Doug, do you know what Chris Heck's gin is right now?
I have no clue.
Okay, I'll look it up. See if I
He was
can.
a 3.
1.3 now.
Yeah, he was a 3 when I played.
Holy crap!
That is a
pretty serious
Wow.
player. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Heck, he was like in the mid 3s when we played Plowhawk.
Yeah.
Doug, he's trending. What is working for him right now?
I don't know. I think he's staying out of trouble, and he's making the putts he should make. He's getting up and down, and he's hitting fairways and greens.
Well, he almost drove the green on one, it felt like. And with the wind.
That was with we were into the teeth of the Hawk.
And that thing just disappeared. I'm like, oh, man, this is going to be a long round.
How
or
big
maybe
a
a quick
fella?
round.
How big a fella is this walrus?
He's a couple inches taller than me, probably 25, 30 pounds heavier, I would think.
Oh, so he's
He's
big.
probably in that 6'1", 180 range, 6 foot 180 range.
Oh, okay.
Chris Heck, sorry if I'm wrong on your digits, but...
Well, the sport coat will fit him nicely.
Yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be nice fit. Guys, can Iggy do the same thing with his phone that Jackson does for the show so it doesn't ring? That's from Wedding Tackle.
Is your phone in your purview?
Yeah, and it's off. It's rang once in like the last 3 months. So thanks for paying attention.
But that
Now, the birthday Hawk says Iggy's phone goes off 10 times each show. Why are you worried about a phone possibly ringing once or twice a week in the background? That's from the birthday Hawk.
All right, well, it's on vibrate, so if you hear it buzz on the table, there's nothing I can do about it.
Buzz is sideways with Beer Cats, and Mr. Licks is sideways with everybody. Good morning, Mr. Licks.
Oh, we don't have it punched in.
Steve Schmidt, Key of North County phone line.
Bud.
Okay.
Thanks, Plowsy.
Got you,
Good
dog.
morning, everyone.
Hello, Lex.
I enjoyed the Cardinal conversation this morning.
Well, thank you. That was delightful
Thank you.
ourselves.
It's good to hear about the Jordan Montgomery trade being good.
No other show in the market has the nerve to cover it.
Hey, Tim, what's your gym?
3.8.
God, you're good at golf.
Okay. Okay, Lex.
I get a chance to play with Iggy and the Plowhawk and Jackson tomorrow, and Licks will be at one of the courses I know you frequent, Belle Reve Country Club, Doug. They wanted us out there tomorrow.
Oh, I tore that course up 2 years ago.
Yeah,
right.
Sure did.
You literally.
Yeah, tore it up.
I was talking to someone last night about someone who's joining a country club, and he was telling me all about like membership dues, initiation fees. It was pretty interesting.
Waiting lists all over the St. Louis area, and I would imagine all over the country.
Now, if you put in your money to join, whether that's $30,000, $50,000, whatever it might be, do you get that money back if you leave the club, if you move out of town, or you don't want to be a member anymore?
It depends on if it's some kind of equity, because part of the initiation fee or the upfront money can be buying stock, but it depends on the club. Some clubs have that, some clubs do not.
That's cool.
Sometimes you're just peeling it off, and that's
Tim,
that.
Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, Tim's right.
Gosh, you're in full lemming mode.
We talked to a dude at the Dotem who was on his second year waiting with the Algonquin.
Is that right? Doug, it's old money who plays in these events.
I think he said he dropped $58,000 for, and I don't know what the.
So he joined? Is that what he's?
That's the due. He is on his second year on the waiting list, though. Still waiting to.
And he's already peeled off.
I don't know if he's peeled off or he's been accepted and they're waiting for. I don't know how the waiting list for memberships and clubs work.
Yeah.
Do you pay up front or do you pay when you
I think you
actually
pay an application fee, and then if you decide not to join when there's an opening, you forfeit that application fee, which is usually not a huge amount of money. It's a couple
Tim's right again.
Yep. Clip that off. Let's just use this.
And Licks is just disappointed in all of it.
Mm-hmm. Well, are you going to join one yourself? You going to join one yourself, Lex?
Honestly, probably not. I'm fine just paying the $150 to golf with my buddies.
Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Where are you paying $150?
The guest fee at St. Louis is like $125 or something. I don't know.
And that's where you're playing, St. Louis Country Club.
One of several, yeah.
Oh, brother. Wow. Who do you know that's getting you in there?
Iggy just applauded you.
I'm not going to disclose that.
Why?
Iggy, I've searched for you in the halls of the clubhouse. Any mention of your name, and I haven't found it.
Where's that?
St. Louis Country Club.
Oh, jeez. Keep up, buddy.
What, you just threw up? I'm searching for you in the halls of the country clubs.
Right.
Nice comment. What halls?
We were talking about St. Louis Country Club. I said, who's getting him on the course out there?
This is brutal.
He said he wouldn't tell me.
Yeah, it is brutal, this call. Well, I worked there like 40 years ago, so I'm shocked they don't remember me since nobody there is still working that I was there with. Half the members that were there dead when I was there.
Some of the rules are so annoying, too. You got to wear long sleeves in certain places. I don't get it, but that's not why I called in to talk about Pepper and Jeannie.
A show you don't listen to. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. What are your thoughts on that presentation?
Look, Iggy, man, I hate to keep doing this, but you kind of leave me with no choice with what goes on a day-to-day basis on that podcast.
Why don't you stop listening? It's pretty simple. Stop listening and then complain about it every day.
Well, because this is actually, I'll make this constructive criticism, okay? So poor Plowsy, the guy tries to bring the heat every day on that show, and every day Iggy comes in like a wet blanket, just squashes anything interesting Plowsy has to say.
We pick a topic. We pick one topic and stay on it. What am I squashing?
Okay, a topic last week for 15 minutes, you talked about the expiration dates of milk and chicken. Okay, what the hell?
I don't believe that was the case.
It wasn't 15 minutes.
Not for 15 minutes.
It was a chunk of time. It wasn't 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And we both talked about it. So what did I throw a wet blanket over?
it was 95% you. And then for the first
Stop
10 minutes of
listening.
that episode,
Look, if you went to a golf course and you said you can play 18 holes, but before you play, we're going to take a sledgehammer and smash your nuts, would you play the golf course every day? No. Well, why do you listen to this every day?
Oh, here comes Ezekiel.
that was really strange analogy. That episode got turned into talking about awkward first dates, and
I'm going to get some coffee. You just go ahead and talk to
Iggy
Plowsy.
is excusing himself from the Michelob Ultra.
Well, I interrupt Plowsy all the time, so go ahead and talk to Plowsy about Pepper and Jeannie. I'll get some coffee.
This is a pout.
It's not a pout.
Yes,
what do I want to listen to this same crap every time he calls in? Let me talk about Pepper and Jeannie and Iggy. Go ahead, talk to Plowsy.
Iggy has left the Michelob Ultra studios.
Wow, that was something.
You chased him off, Mr. Licks.
I'm gonna have to apologize to him later. He gets his penis in a bunch so easily. Plowsy, you told this story about picking up a girl on a first date, and on the way to dinner, she got a call that her brother was arrested.
Yes.
Have you told that story before?
I don't believe I have.
It was really interesting. Like, it was a super interesting story, and you paused to kind of let it breathe for a second, and immediately I thought, like, Iggy would come in with a follow-up question, and instead he's like, oh, this one time I took a girl on a date. It just immediately...
No, and it was my bad because right when I brought up prison or brought up jail, I knew Iggy's follow-up story would be his pen pal from the local prison, which we have heard several times, and I kind of set him up
Several
for
times. We've heard that 100 times, Plowsy. We've never heard your story. He immediately goes into his own thing, and my constructive part was going to tell him to try and maybe ask a follow-up question instead of go into one of his stories, but he's gone. So
yeah, it was.
He says he's going to return. He just went to get coffee.
We'll see about that. It was all the way out in like Eureka areas where she lived, so it was a hike for me, and yeah, it was a really awkward first date. Didn't call her back.
You didn't? What did her brother do?
He got arrested, and we had to go get him, and I was thinking, oh my God, I'm the only one with a vehicle. This is like his third arrest apparently in the given year, so I'm like, this guy ain't gonna get in my car.
What did you get arrested for?
We're gonna have to drop him off at like a meth lab, and all these thoughts are going through my head. I'm like, dude, I know this chick for like a week and a half. I should just dip. But yeah, so it was a good story. I'm glad you liked it, Lux. Sorry Iggy disappointed you. I love Iggy, though I don't think he interrupts me on the show.
I beg to differ.
Oh.
All right, I'll get off real quick, but Tim, I wanted to ask you about your ice maker. Didn't you have a problem with your ice maker?
We did, and that's a great question, Doug. This Mr. Licks is having a monster phone call. The Appliance Discounters, the sponsor of our 8 o'clock hour, after about 8-9 months of not having it fixed and spending money to get it fixed, they were able to fix it. TheApplianceDiscounters.com. Now, what do you have, an ice maker issue, Mr. Licks?
Literally for 8 or 9 months, it hasn't worked, and I'm wondering if I have the same. I'd be blessed if I had the same fridge as you.
Well,
stop with this.
Here is what the Appliance Discounters. The gentleman said what you need to do, and when you have 2 children, and do you have any children, Mr. Licks?
I do.
Okay, look at Mr. Licks, Doug. You have a bunch of stuff in there that are for the kids. It's for the kids, and so we had to turn off the refrigerator for a couple of days, he said, and that would probably fix it. And if it didn't fix it, then he would go to a different course of action. But once we did that, then he was able to install this sensor, and it fixed the whole thing. There you go.
Interesting. Now, I have a TV on my fridge. Is that what yours is like?
For heaven's sake. That's enough. I've heard enough. St. Louis Country Club, and now a TV in his refrigerator.
I potted him down,
I'm not
Doug.
going to sit here and listen to this anymore.
And I love Mr.
This is
Lick.
elitism.
But that comment, how he weaved that in there, very inappropriate for our listeners. And
Get him off this station.
I got him off. I have a TV on my fridge. Come on, bro.
Put him down.
Iggy's a pout fish with the pout face, spread and dreary, where he's all over the place. That's from Big Saggers.
Oh, Big Saggers.
Justin in Colombia strikes occasionally, Doug, and one of those moments is right now. Okay. Guys, I'm sure this first date girl was nice, and I'm sure Madison is great, but my favorite girl of Plowboys was the one who used to beat him and never let him out of the house except to chauffeur her and her friends around from bar to bar. That's from Justin, and he just struck from Colombia.
Yeah,
You were beaten.
I was not beaten. The Army base thing was blown out of proportion.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
She did visit an Army base, though.
She dated like the 3rd platoon, 2nd division.
That was not. That was just not the case. It wasn't the best situation. In a lovely one now, but this was in between Army base and Madison.
Oh.
So it's that 2-year hiatus.
This guy got arrested. You get him off the hook?
No,
You have to go pay bail or something?
No, so her sister ended up coming and picking him up. And I just suggested, hey, maybe you should go with your family.
You'd seen enough. You didn't want to marry into a life of crime.
Yeah, and then this is when I first moved. So I live in Fairview Heights at the time. So I'm in the Bluffs, or that Bluffs area. I have no idea where I'm at. And my phone is about to die. I have no charger in my. So it took all my phone battery to get to her house, pick her up, and then go find the jail. And so I had to stop at the Steak and Shake, and I asked to charge my phone, and I had to order something. So I'm sitting there drinking a strawberry milkshake at the counter while my phone is right next to the fryer, just waiting for it to charge enough to get home. Just so disappointed.
It's a lousy first date when the first place you have to go to is jail.
And then Steak
bail
and
out a
Shake
family
to
member.
charge your phone. Didn't go well.
Beer Cats is back. He says even though Lick's calls suck, if they chase Boots out of the studio, I'm pro Lick's getting more airtime. He's correct. He is the ultimate one-upper on Pepper and Genie. That's from Beer Cats, apparently also a loyal listener of Pepper and Genie.
Stop. He does not one-up.
You having a treat, bro?
Strawberry shortcake.
Now, what would you do if you dated somebody and you're falling in love with them, but you realized that her family was full of criminals? How would you handle that?
In terms of
if she
I
was
would need
really
more
nice.
background information. How close are she with her family? Is it, drug related? Is it assault? Is it robbery?
Well, it's any horrible, if you had a mafia family or something where you didn't know you were dating someone whose family was in the mob or something.
It'd be hard. Every relationship I've been at, their family has been cool as hell. I've gotten really lucky with that. So
Yeah.
I would say my quick answer would be, yeah, I could deal with it, but I honestly have never dealt with that.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's drug related, that might not be a terrible idea, honestly.
Oh.
They might be able to teach me a thing or two, give me some discount. So but, the assault, the robbery, maybe having a couple meth labs around the area, that may scare me off.
Lousy, did your date get to see that hog? Thanks, that's from the 314.
No, nothing happened. I picked her up, having a nice conversation on our way to, I think, Dave and Buster's. Or
How about the other fellows in jail when you were in there?
What do you mean? I wasn't
to bail
in jail.
out the brother.
Well, I just sat in the car and just trying to think of an exit strategy. I couldn't really find one that wasn't heartless. But luckily, the sister came.
She was probably embarrassed and then furious at her brother that he ruined her
I don't
date.
know. She was a little trailer park trash, which was kind of, in my, moment of that, maybe not looking for a relationship, just kind of looking for fun. She was fun to talk to, and I kind of had that trashy type vibe, and I was digging it.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Like you thought she was sporting?
Yeah, but also just how much sporting. Maybe it's too sporting. For
Really?
her.
Now, what's too sporting, Doug? What does that mean?
I'm gonna do a Prod Joe thing.
Oh wow.
I'm just gonna go by this. The look had a smell. I didn't smell her. But
Oh no.
It's that
So she did have a substandard fragrance, or you sensed that there would be a substandard fragrance?
I sensed that there would be.
Is that right?
And
Boy, that's unfortunate.
And her current fragrance definitely was an off-brand fragrance, so it was very overpowering, lilac-y and potpourri.
Nice.
So she was masking something. But again,
she was wearing potpourri to mask.
Smoke, probably, right?
Well, I smoked. Are you kidding me?
But what else would you mask of an odor if not smoke?
I'm not going to get into that anyways. Yeah, super kind of
That's more of a Pepper and Genie conversation.
But yeah, we were in the car for 20 minutes and got the call and then had to, veer to the station. Was there for an hour. And then her sister came and I was done. Yeah, then the Steak and Shake thing.
Never called her again.
I'm good.
She call you?
No.
That was just it.
I think we both felt this is probably done.
Okay.
So got home to Mace Dog. We played, some video games and smoked, and I was over it in a day.
Yeah.
Did a girl come in here during the break, or when I was out?
No.
Doug, did a girl come in here?
No,
It just,
come in.
when I walked in, it just smelled like perfume.
I don't know.
No.
I mean, I got strawberry shortcake.
No,
Yeah, that was maybe it's
I
Plowhawk
didn't.
strawberry.
Well, maybe that is it.
Ooh, it is. Yeah. Smells like almost lip gloss.
Real nice.
Real nice. Okay.
Yeah, Pepper Genie's fun. I think we have a good rat-a-tat-tat.
I never had a date in my life where the girl had a family member in jail, I don't think.
Yeah, it was a new one for me.
It would be, yeah. And you're right in the middle of it. It's not like it happened a week ago and they're still dealing with it. This happened right on your date.
Yeah. And I think I had a Corsica maybe, or a Cutlass.
Was this so exciting to you that you considered a life of crime for yourself?
No, I was ready to get the hell home.
Oh, were you?
Just was so ready to be over it.
Yeah, Eureka's a long drive for that kind of disappointment.
Yes.
Raby is active. He says he's storming the cockpit.
What does that mean exactly? Raby's storming the cockpit?
No, Raby wrote in caps with an exclamation point, he's storming the cockpit.
Well, let us know how it turns out.
He's on a flight right now?
Yeah, I guess.
Does he have to overtake the pilot?
Hopefully you don't get shot.
Doug, it's a nice little program we do. Send your emails in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. The morning after at InsideSTL.com for our design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. The weather outside is delightful, not frightful. Highs today in the mid-80s, low 80s, really. 83 or 84 degrees, depending on where you are in the metropolitan area. High tomorrow, Doug, 86. Over the next 10 days, I see 2 days with highs in the 90s, and one is 90 and one is 91. How do you do with this forecast in St. Louis in August, Jack? Design Air Heating and Cooling will take care of you if you run into air conditioning issues. Go online at designairservice.com and work with great Seth Goldcamp and Design Air Heating and Cooling. They are the best. Doug is a client and I'm a client, so we can speak to it first person. Designairservice.com is where you go. And then you click on Book Now. And then they have a service tech out there quick, fast, and in a hurry. Seth Goldcamp and his staff really are the best. The official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com. Don't forget, as of an hour ago, only 3 foursomes remaining in the Lemmings Open as we partner with the Megan Meyer Foundation. The Lemmings Open, presented by Michelob Ultra, and part of the fun and games of the Lemmings Open, taking place on Friday, September 23rd at Normandy Golf Club, where you can register right now to book one of those 3 remaining foursomes, is at tmastl.com, is that you get donut drive-in for breakfast, and you get Uncle Leo's Pizza for dinner, and you also get lunch in there as well. And all of your Michelob Ultra and all of your golf, it's all for $85 a player. Book your foursome right now. Donut Drive-In, for over 60 years, Donut Drive-In's been serving its loyal fans some of St. Louis's most beloved classic donuts. Apple fritters, cinnamon rolls, custard-filled, jelly-filled, Long John's glazed, and much, much more. Over 50 different varieties, hand-cut, made on site, and unchanged recipes for decades. Stop in, browse the display case, and pick your favorites, or visit them online at donutdrivein.com to place an advance pre-order. Donut Drive-In is at Watson and Chippewa in South City. All occasions, all varieties, Donut Drive-In, always. That's Donut Drive-In. Get involved on the show by texting in 314-881-TMA5, Engineer Design Facilities text inbox. Call in the Steve Schmidt Key of North County phone line, 636-9004-TMA, or email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. And this week, Friday night is pizza night. Our partner is Uncle Leo's. Free 10-piece toasted ravioli with an order of any size pizza when you tell them you're a TMA listener. Doug, that's free toasted ravioli from Uncle Leo's.
Boy, I love toasted ravioli.
I'm telling you, Jack.
Especially theirs. They brought it in here before.
It's
great.
good. I haven't had it in a few weeks. I'm probably due for Uncle Leo's. Uncle Leo's, our partner for Friday night is pizza night this week, and you let them know you're a TMA listener, and you get free 10-piece toasted ravioli with an order of any size pizza from Uncle Leo's, the Miners Boys. Uncle Leo's Pizza. Friday night is pizza night, our partner this week here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. It is our pleasure to welcome to the program on the Steve Schmidt Key of North County phone lines. Larry Nickel is with us.
Oh, hello, Nixie.
Good morning, guys. What's up?
Well, not a whole lot. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right, so you watched the presentation last evening, did you?
Yes, I did. Unlike somebody.
Okay. And what happened of note?
Well, besides it being from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, home to 2 WrestleManias.
Okay, that was
And
it?
Sweet.
Just the location? Well,
Well,
something
it
must
wasn't
have
in the
happened
shot-
during the show.
Doug, what's going on?
Doug, can I say something real quick?
Yes.
The location for Raw last night was not in the Sky Dome. It was in a different arena.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, the main event was Toronto's own Hall of Famer Edge versus Damian Priest. And Edge's wife, Beth Phoenix, was ringside, not ringside around the ring, ringside and then sitting in the seats.
Ooh, Davenport.
And then after the match, which Edge won, Damian Priest brought in a couple steel chairs. Was going to do a concerto to Edge. Didn't happen. Then all of a sudden, Beth Phoenix comes in the ring with the steel chair ready to use it on Rhea Ripley. And that's how the show ended.
Cliffhanger.
Somebody got hit with a steel chair?
It's like a wonderful Netflix series, Doug.
Yeah.
No.
I'm waiting for
Nobody got hit with a steel chair. It was about ready to happen, but it didn't happen.
Oh, well, that's good.
Did Trish Stratus wrestle last night?
No, she didn't. She came out to kick off the show.
Hey, Larry, you watch a lot of local television, right?
Yes.
How great is it that Doug Vaughn's coming back?
Well, that's not really.
It is so awesome that Doug Vaughn is coming back to television.
Put that off.
Down,
God,
stamp
thank
that
you, Larry.
down.
You got what you wanted,
Thank you,
Plow.
thank you.
Well, I wouldn't spend too many nights wondering where I am if you're watching me.
Well,
Nothing permanent.
I read the article about you coming back, Doug.
Yep. And if it's in the paper, you know it's true.
Well, the article was accurate. The headline just made it sound like I was coming back, tomorrow or
Ignore
next
the
week or
typos.
something.
Like you had missed the exposure. That's the sense that I got. You wanted to build your brand.
Coming right at sweeps.
Yeah.
David Maryland Heights has this question for you here via
Okay.
the EDF text inbox, Larry. Was Edge's wife in a cuck sitch?
No.
Yep. That wraps that one up.
All right.
That was a deep no.
Any championships determined last evening?
No. So you just mentioned that, Doug, because last night was the first semifinal of the women's tag team title tournament,
Okay.
which pit Io Sky and Dakota Kai. You know, their names rhyme almost. They took on Alexa Bliss and Asuka. And then toward the end of the match, Io Sky tagged herself in on Dakota Kai. And before Asuka found out, she had Dakota Kai in her submission maneuver. And she thought that Asuka and Alexa Bliss won the match. But unbeknownst to Asuka, Io Sky was the legal competitor, and Io Sky rolled up Asuka for the win. So Io Sky and Dakota Kai move on to the finals of said tournament. And they gotta wait till Friday to find out who they're going up against.
Okay.
August Madness, Doug.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you keep up with all of it.
You do a bracket?
I blame the officiating. It's horrible.
Why do you rate the officiating? The official saw the tag happen.
All right. I just think they need to have video review in pro wrestling. Got most other
They just
sports.
can't get that pass through the
No.
board.
They're continually surprised by the guy coming out of the back.
And slow the pace of play.
And they stop looking at the match to whoever comes up ringside. They stop and have a conversation with him rather than continue to officiate the match.
Well, your opinion, an opinion is like a nose. Everybody has one.
Yeah,
man.
It's true.
It's a slap in the face.
I know.
0.01% of this country.
All right, well, anything else we need to know, Larry?
That's about it. I'm going to be doing the top 5 countries right now.
Okay.
Yeah, top 5 countries. This will be fun, Doug. This will be fun. Canada, America's hat has been really prominent lately. See what we got. Larry, go ahead.
Number 5 will be Colombia.
Home of the Tigers, Doug, and they are primed for a 10-win season.
I mean,
Good
he means the
import.
country, the capital of the world.
Shakira.
Yeah, good import-export business.
Number 4, Ireland.
Oh, nice. Nice to have him in there. The Republic, Doug, not the North, of course. Troubles.
Number 4, Switzerland.
Number 3.
Tied for...
Yeah, number 3.
Do it. Maybe 3A. I thought Ecuador would be in there.
Oh, they already been there, done that.
Number 2, Canada.
America's hat.
Number 1, United States of America.
Okay, still there. We've always been number 1, right? Has any country ever surpassed the U.S. in your list?
There's been one time that somebody asked me to put the native country, the Philippines, as number 1.
Oh, okay. All right, well, it's a nice list, Larry.
Sick.
Darn
Thank you.
nice. Well, all right, Nixie.
God bless you, Larry. God bless these United States of America.
Yeah, God bless America.
There he is, Larry Eckel here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Get involved in the show. Text in 314-881-TMA5. Or you can email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. And Mr. Licks, he's surging in popularity in the EDF text inbox here.
Is he?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. He still has a lot of people who hate him. 636-9004-TMA is how you can call in. Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone lines. Jackson, this is a good one for you. How do I register for Muggsy's gift card on the app? I live in Connecticut, 34 years in St. Louis, and then 2 in Chicago before, and it says my area is not eligible. It's a gift card, not a round of golf that you have to be present for. Get it together, Jackson. Doug, is this geo-specific? Is this
I don't know.
geo-specific?
It is, as is most of our app contests. 'Cause you got to pick it up here, so that's the reason. And it's all based on your address that you enter when you register, not your current location. So a VPN won't do nothing for you. So yeah, that's the unfortunate reality, but yeah, that is the case. But otherwise, if you're around the area, you just register a profile, and you click on the little tag that says App Contest for Muggsy, hit Enter to Win, and you're entered to win a $200 gift card.
So sick.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, nice little gift card.
Yeah. Get yourself some pant. It's real easy to do, so do it real quick. And it takes 2 seconds. You can do it, while you go take a grumper at work.
Oh,
Doug.
Why do you have to put that in there?
Well, that's just how easy it is. It's not something you need to sit down and map out. It can be done instantly, unless you live in Connecticut.
Yeah,
right.
then you're out.
You're sideways.
Which, God bless you.
Doug, would you like to live in Connecticut?
No, I wouldn't.
New money.
A lot of money, I'm sure, in Connecticut, but I'm not interested in the Northeast Quadrant. No,
Where
not
do
the
you
least
wanna move?
interested.
Mount Rushmore of places you want to move. Go. Orange
Where
County.
I do want to move?
Yeah.
West coast of Florida somewhere.
Nape Town?
Yeah, I'm sure I could afford that without any trouble at all.
Just keep going to Sanibel.
Yeah.
Even further, Marco Island.
Naples and Fort Myers area, that'd be on the list, I guess. The
they're
Tampa
okay.
area would be on the list.
Patty Maroon.
Yeah. Orange County, if I had that kind of money.
All right,
I
nice.
don't, so that's probably out.
Mr.
San
Teddy
Diego.
Roosevelt?
If I had San Diego money, that'd be great.
All right, so I
don't,
guess
so
you
I'm
get your
out.
fours in there.
Tijuana.
What about Laramie?
Not interested in Tijuana or Laramie. No.
You're a loss.
No doubt.
You're thinking about moving to Tijuana, are you?
It'd be interesting.
Cheap drinks.
No, not sure any one of the 5 of us would last 10 minutes in Tijuana before our heads were cut off.
I'm savvy.
Don't pick up any
Yeah,
hookers.
that's what they all say. Dangerous town. I've been to Tijuana. Then I turned, reared, and headed back.
Were you in San Diego and then you just, what's
Yeah.
it, like 45 minutes?
Covering Missouri in the Holiday Bowl?
No, I was there on vacation. I'd never been to Mexico. I said, well, we got to go just to say we've been there.
I hope they had a Tijuana Bowl.
Think Eli will be there.
Oh, well, I
And a sombrero visor.
Tijuana is lousy with these pharmacies where they sell all kinds of prescription drugs without a prescription.
Oh, nice.
Whatever you want, it's right there on the shelf.
My buddy says they sell that at the airport too. Like they have those kind of pharmacies in the airport.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Prescription? Who needs it?
Need some Xannies.
Yeah,
Like,
just
gonna
whatever.
get me.
Whatever you want. That was where I had the young family. It was right after 9/11. And carrying it with the 3 kids, and it's getting dark. And we're trying to cross back from Tijuana into San Diego, going through customs. And my wife says, I left my purse in the car, so I don't have my ID to get back in the country.
Trapped
that's a
forever.
Big problem. And there's a guy with a megaphone walking up and down. You must present ID to get back in the country. You must, or you will not be allowed back in. That's what he's yelling at us. And so we're just in a panic in this line that's got to stretch a quarter of a mile at least.
Oh, my God.
It's right after 9/11. Security is
Yeah.
the absolute highest it could possibly be. We finally get up there. We get ready to present our sob story. And the guy goes, oh, no problem. Go ahead through. Really? Yeah, you don't look like terrorists to me. Yeah, go ahead.
How easy it is.
Well, I mean, we looked like the Ozzie and Harriet family, I guess, at the time with 3 small boys, and we didn't really look like we were coming in to bomb New York City.
Yeah,
Thankfully, he took that to heart because we were sure that we were going to be spending the night on the streets of Tijuana.
Yeah, Ted Bundy.
Reason one. Hey, guys, has Casper the Friendly Virgin's Instagram post from yesterday been discussed yet? Doug, has Casper the Friendly Virgin's Instagram post from yesterday been discussed yet?
I don't know. What was the post?
I don't. If he's referring to Carly Lawrence's video she posted yesterday, it has not been discussed. What's that?
With Casper, don't they mean you?
Duh.
Well, so what did you post?
I didn't post a damn thing.
Why did you post?
Carly posted a video that she had been working on with me for a while, and she posted it.
What were you doing in this video?
I think it was like a Love Island kind of thing where I walked into a studio. I don't know, I was showing off my tush a little bit.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we doing porn here? I didn't read the memo.
She was doing a radio show or production work, and you walked in and showed your hiney?
No, she asked me to do it. And so I did. I just try to help out, you know.
You have a future AVN
So where does
producer.
what is this for?
She just makes videos all the time. She's a content creator is what Carly is. And she asked me to be a part of this video.
The last picture I have of you is with your parents, with Lisa Ann.
Yeah, that's the Hanukkah card right there.
Gotta put that up in a
No, this was, she posted it. I think I reposted it on my account, probably the TMA account too.
Huh. Carly, good people.
Yeah, she's great.
I like her.
So she asked me to help her out. No, I just kind of like, stuck my ass out, yo.
Nice.
I see a Lemmings Open post on the TMA account and video clips.
Go to my story then.
Go to Jackson's story.
Go to my IG story, you'll see it. Or go to Carly's
Well,
Instagram.
if Carly posted it, wouldn't it be on Carly's Instagram?
That is correct.
This video's turning into Iggy's interviews.
See what we got
It's in
here.
a mystery folder somewhere.
There's Jackson. He changes outfits as he walks in,
We
and
found
then
that, by the way.
It was a multi-day shoot.
He shows off and welcomes you into his ass.
What?
Damn.
Doug, it's unbelievable. What's this guy doing?
What's he wearing?
Can you see it?
I see it, yeah.
Can everybody see
Well,
it?
now it's stopped. Now it's stopped playing.
It's a short video.
Now we hear it. Different clothes, walking in. Oh, leaning over.
Wow.
And that qualifies as content right there.
Well, of course it does.
Yeah,
Everything's
man.
content, man.
Just walking into a studio and leaning against the wall.
Well, he did a lot
But he
more
was
than that.
exposing his gape.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he should have did the Batwing. I think there was a miss on a couple of the
There's
poses.
not even close to that.
Clevie Wade says, I just watched it, and oh my, talk about a little simp.
Oh, man. You didn't like that.
Jackson, I think we need to spend some time on that on Balloon Party and let the
Wanna break
people
it down?
feast their eyes on
That's
that.
good.
Before we get into
That could be the
Cardinals-
end of it right there. That could be our nuclear bomb. Once the Balloon Party audience takes a look at that video, I don't know how many are on Instagram, honestly, but either way, we
They're
can
not gonna
direct
like
them
it.
to download the app and sign up, and then at 10:30 we'll say, hey, now that you're on.
And then I'll do my top 5 NBA players 24 or younger. We'll see how it goes.
You gonna do videos like that on the regular now?
Hey, if you want me a part of your video, what am I going to... Sex sells. What do you want me to
Amen.
say?
And you just walk in and lean against the wall?
Doug, I'll do whatever,
This guy's naughty.
You hand me the script and I do it.
You thinking OnlyFans like Plowsy?
Nah.
I think this is
No.
much more tame.
No, I went to do.
I want to do a recreation of the Casey bathroom thing. I want to see if Carly wants to reenact that.
What was the Casey?
Oh, would Casey participate?
Oh, that's
I'm
right.
not. I'm
You better get an actress
I'm
to
not
take
even
her role.
crossing that
Yeah.
line. I am good.
Maybe Iggy could play the role of Casey.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Of a woman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Get a wig.
Get your bow and a wig, and we're good.
I told Carl I want a partner next movie. I just want to.
She's doing films too?
She does a lot of them.
She does a lot of movies?
Yeah, I mean, they're not huge cinema things.
Full-length motion
kind
pictures?
Kind of local. She just sent me the link to her last movie. Remember, were you working with the guy Clayton Patterson or Clayton Gurry when he was there? Yeah, he's doing a lot of movies.
He was the one that had to deal with the.
Doug, what am I missing out on here? Carly's doing films and Clayton's doing films?
Yeah, but I mean, they're not blockbusters or cinema. They're released on VOJ, Video on Demand, VOD, and just local stuff. But she did a horror movie that she just sent me, and I said, look, the next time you guys are doing a movie, just give me a part.
Oh,
I just need maybe one or two
lines. Can't you just say, boy, that's a nice effort on a movie?
Well, I did.
I enjoyed it. It was good. Did it have to be, I need to be in it?
I did, but then I said, if you could, just a couple of lines, just let me have a part in the movie.
Get that SAG insurance.
Are these like 2-hour movies they're doing?
No, they're not. They're shorts.
Oh, so not when I think of a movie, I think of a 2-hour movie or something, 2.5 hour maybe. This is just a little.
Well, I said
short
it's not
video.
a blockbuster cinematic.
Well, you could do a local movie, and it's not a Hollywood blockbuster.
But it's a local movie that's really not going anywhere. I mean, I don't mean that in a bad way.
Wow,
I mean,
Iggy is not high on it, right?
No, I mean it's probably a local director that does maybe a half-hour thing, and it's released at like film festivals and things like that around here. It's very well done, and she's very good at it.
All right.
I remember
She's
last
great
time I
actress.
worked with Clayton, he was. God, I felt terrible for him. He was basically the shield for Marshall. So like I would have to take our bounce checks to Clayton, and he would have to just. You could tell
he had to handle bounce checks as a production guy.
Yeah, he was the
Doug,
do-it-all guy.
It's a fine industry.
Yeah, he was literally doing it all at that point, and you could tell in his face. He's like, "This isn't the first one I've seen today."
No, I wouldn't think so.
Good guy though.
Well, Carly's listening. Call in and explain the movies.
And explain why you're not in it.
No, I've only got the link to one, but I know she's done 3 or 4 of them. But I don't want to say they're short when one's like an hour and a half. I haven't seen them all, but I'm guessing they're all kind of like little 30-minute things or
like
maybe
a
an hour.
TV show or something.
I don't know how to explain it. Just
stop asking questions.
Somebody tell Carly to call in. I guess I could text her and tell her, but
okay.
I don't want to.
Doug, we're going to have Carly on to discuss the films and then try to get Iggy in.
Well, remember that Blair Witch project? They spent
the Blair Witch.
Like $25,000 and made hundreds of millions of dollars on it.
Oh, good news. She's already on. Here we go.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, everybody's listening to the show, Doug.
Okay.
Steve McKeon.
This isn't Carly. I'm not Carly.
Oh,
Doug, it's caller Adam.
He got dude, Iggy. I gotta
she
see the
doesn't
video.
listen to
Iggy
the
got
show.
so excited.
Well, no, because I wasn't going to text her. I was getting ready to text
Chest
her.
out.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Am I supposed to be on, or should I be back on hold? What's going on?
Well, hold would be better.
Off would be best.
What was the point of that post, though? Was that to advertise different merch that you guys have? Because there's no link to merch.
It's not a merch. It's just a video, dog.
He has different clothes on, like you changed clothes.
It was a multi-day shoot.
What?
What do you mean, what?
So in that app, you can hold small clips of videos from multiple days and then combine them?
Yeah. Get that under your rock, bro.
Part of the app.
Is that on TikTok or Instagram Reels? Is that what she did that on?
Instagram Rails.
So when you take a video, she archives it, and she did that over multiple days of you doing that?
Jesus. Yes.
What is the point of the messaging system in the app if someone cannot message me back? I've sent Doug, specifically to Doug, I've sent him messages, and I get nothing back.
Imagine that.
Doug, do you see these, or is he blocked?
I don't know what he's talking.
No, I'm trying to send helpful information. Doug, last week you're talking about you have home videos. I want to get them digitized. I'm old. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And also, side note, I don't care that you're coming back to Channel 4. No one watches that channel.
I'm not really coming back.
No, hold on. But the point is, I keep sending you stuff about Costco. Have you not seen my messages?
No, I haven't.
Costco offers a program. They'll send you a box. You put the videotapes in. You have to be a Costco member. Are you a Costco member?
No.
So a standard subscription at Costco is $55 a year. You can do the executive for $95. The executive is going to give you a check back at the end of the year on your normal spend. It's worth it to get the executive one.
So what is this video service? How much is that to give all your old videos?
Costco does it.
Why? I know that. I'm saying about how much is it?
Well, you'll have to ask them.
Oh,
but the point is that they send you a box, you put videotapes into it, and then you send the box there, and then they send you they email you a link, and it's in the cloud, and you can download it onto your computer. You can put it into your Google Drive, and then you always have it in a digital file.
Yes, I know. I'm aware that service is out there. Costco's not the only ones that provide it. I've
Legally,
seen
you
that
can't
advertised other places as well.
Can you send like X-rated like stuff you did like when you were?
Well, and that was the point. Listen, Duran, that's the point I was going to make is because you could do like a bulk. You could do a bulk. The more tapes you have, the cheaper it is. And Doug, I have those 4 tapes of me jackhammering you.
Okay, put him down. Okay, put him down. Put him down. Get off this station.
One of his better calls, I would say.
Top 5.
Yeah, it was one of his better ones.
Guys, imagine stumbling on this show for the first time. Wow. I still question why I've been listening since day one. That's from the Veiled Prophet. He has a ball. Well, I think a lot of people scan HD2 to see what's doing.
Yeah, we don't have any new listeners cycling in on
via radio. I would say that's probably the case. It's scanning.
It'd be really. You would think it's not a radio show.
Like that phone
so there's
call
an open mic somewhere.
That phone call was not radio.
Yeah,
it's not.
No.
Guys, this is a great call. I love Adam. That's from Brian Henshin, and he is the show ombudsman.
It was a good. I agree. It was a good.
It wasn't a good call.
Caller Adam is the goat. Oh, Doug, this is your favorite texter, Timmy the Tickler.
Oh, he's a weasel.
What's our call-in number?
I have no idea.
Excuse me?
What's our call-in number?
636-900-4TMA. Doug, those are the Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone lines. 636-900-4TMA. The number for Stratum Structural Systems is 314-620-8153. Unfortunately, I do see a lot of storms in the forecast next week.
Oh.
I don't like it, but I have to tell you that I do. I'm obligated to tell you that. So, if you have been dealing with some waterproofing issues, Stratum Structural Systems, Matt Ford and Brett Groman, that's the company to work with. Think local, think Stratum. When I had the issue a few weeks ago, that's who I worked with. When I had a real big issue a few years ago, that's who I worked with. They're the best. Stratum Structural Systems, 314-620-8153 for waterproofing and foundation repair. It's Stratum. Known for their integrity and authority with over 5 decades of combined structural experience in basement waterproofing and foundation repair. They're in Chesterfield, Missouri. They're in Columbia, Illinois, and they are Stratum, and they are the best. Let them know you're a TMA listener when you call 314-620-8153, and you get $100 off your repair project. It's Stratum Structural Systems online at stratumrepair.com. Well, kind of a fun little post here. 262 people now watching on YouTube. You got to be watching on youtube.com/TMASTL. Jonas Grumby just posted, I had a good, smooth mud train this morning, feeling very strong. So it is getting naughty in the YouTube.
He got suspended, Tim. The name again, Jonas Grumby. That was the skipper on Gilligan's Island. He's been suspended a period of 2 days' time. I'm writing it right now into the STLTaxLawyer.com suspension logule, sponsored by the great Mark Milton. Any problems you might have with the godforsaken tax man, you call Mark Milton. You'll be saying, I'm not guilty, I'm with Milty.
Carly will call in at 8:45.
Oh, Doug, we got it. Hey, guys, last week's hijack was begging for Eagles tickets. This week's is begging to be in Carly's videos. I also think we had a bag sandwiched into Lisa Ann to direct a porno. That's from Big Tuft.
Well, one was part of her podcast. One, I'm not begging to be in a movie. I just asked. And what was the third? Crap.
I've lost track. We've got
Eagles tickets.
Yeah, I did never ask for Eagles tickets, so you're 0 for 3.
Let's see what we got here. Jackson, please change my name to Voodoo Mama Juju. That's from Jeff with 2 Fs. Caller Adam makes this show advance. That's from Tris Speaker. You remember Tris Speaker, Doug?
Great player. Yeah, outfielder or third baseman.
Adam has a secured spot on the caller Mount Rushmore along with Steve in Ballpark Village. That's from Anoop Eligible.
Nice. Yeah, Steve is really good, too.
And Doug's Glue Guzzler says, looking for a Lemmings team, DM Plowsy or Ken, and they'll get you in touch with me. Doug's Glue Guzzler.
What?
What are we, his suitcase pips?
Did you guys know you were handling this for?
You're looking for a foursome, and you want us to book your tea time for you?
Yeah. Wet your beak a little bit.
I don't know what's going on here.
Wait, does he have a team and he's looking for players?
Doug, does he have a team? Is he...
Well, I don't know.
I think that's what it is.
He looks like John Rahm.
Wife's on OnlyFans. And Iggy wants the password and hasn't gotten it yet. but he was kind enough to show me images at the Dotem.
Yeah, I couldn't even get that.
I don't think I could see her face, but I could see the activities going on, and it looked like the less popular MFF was taking place.
So you saw him too?
Yeah, that was unfortunate. I think I saw his ween. Doug, you ever have a guy hold up his phone so you can see his ween?
No, never have.
Iggy, that happened to you.
I had it
once,
happen in
right?
Normandy.
Iggy, didn't that happen to you once?
Oh yeah, what's his name?
Jimmy the Bull. Woodrow Wilson.
Jimmy the Bull.
It was like 5 minutes into being there. It was like literally we just got there.
He really wanted you to see his hog.
It was opening day.
Guys, just tuned in. Is this wicker basket begging for Eagles tickets again? That's from Aunt Peg. Wow, what trajectory on that ball flight.
Wicker basket.
Man, you take that 6-iron, it looks like a driver.
Yeah, I think
If somebody asked me to go to the Eagles, would I turn them down? No.
No.
But I'm not asking for tickets.
You're begging. You're not asking.
No, I'm not even
demanding.
I didn't even ask.
Oh.
Are they playing Enterprise?
Yeah.
Madison wants tickets too.
No, there's a lot of shows I'm going to.
Does the show lose its impact to you without Glenn Fry?
I thought it would, but from what I hear, Vince Gill is fabulous. I wouldn't think that would fit a country music guy, but from everybody I talked to that's seen them said, no, he fits perfectly. And I'm a big Timothy B. Schmidt fan, big Joe Walsh fan. I've seen Joe Walsh in concert. I've seen Timothy B. Schmidt with Poco, but I've never seen the Eagles. So, yeah, if I got a chance, I would go, but I ain't paying $400 for a ticket.
I'm not paying $400.
I ain't paying $400 for a ticket.
All right, we got a lot coming up here in the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour that's going to start at 8:35. We have Buck Swope has just posted something refuting the Plowhawks Jordan Montgomery ranking. It is detailed.
Dude, I just literally pulled. I can't do it. I just can't do a Swope diatribe. Dude, what I did was I went. He is on my fantasy team. I just clicked on him, clicked on stats, and guess what it says, Doug?
What?
The last 2 weeks, the 5th best player in baseball. I don't have time to do research like this, nor do I give an A. I just don't care.
Let him have it.
He is the 5th best player of the last 2 weeks.
No,
Anything you can say.
Doug, I have 3 timeouts. I'm going to use 1. Okay. So how many do I have left now?
2.
Yeah, see, this show is educational.
Chris Webber.
I may be wrong, Plowhawk. I just opened it up, and I saw a long Swope post with a graphic. And it said, regarding Plowsies, Montgomery is the 5th best player in baseball. Comments.
I mean, you're seeing it, Doug. You're seeing it right there.
But he might not be refuting it. I had to get a chance to read it.
I'd be shocked if he wasn't. He doesn't post anything that long.
But that's the tease. He might not be. That's on me. That's on me.
If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, Buck, to jump on you. But I have a feeling
we'll see, Doug. We're going to find out on the other side of the break. Plus, Tyler Hero's girlfriend is talking about buckling up if you'd like to date an NBA player. I don't know if she's talking about a hog size or what. But either way, we're going to get to the bottom of it in this Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour. It closes out the Munganess St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour. Feel free to get involved. A lot to work with in the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Balloon Party. Leave a mic drop. Stephen Wildwood's becoming a folk hero over at 101 ESPN. You can use the 101 ESPN app and just really skewer us. That's how you can leave a mic drop. This is the Ryan Kelly morning after on 105.7 HD2 FM, the potted plant from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
I'm a lemon, he's a lemon, she's a lemon, we're all lemmings. Wouldn't you like to be a lemming too? Yep, you're a lemming, so get ready to lem it up. The Ryan Kelly Morning After presents the return of the Lemmings Open, September 23rd at Normandy Golf Club. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Get your foursome together and join Tim, Doug, Iggy, Action Jackson, and the Plowhawk for a day out on the course. Tickets are $85 a person and include golf, all your Mick Ultra beer, plus breakfast from Donut Drive-In, lunch, and after-party food from Uncle Leo's Pizza. Tickets are on sale now at TMASTL.com. A portion of the proceeds benefit the Megan Meyer Foundation. The return of the Lemmings Open, brought to you by Munganast, Acura, and Toyota. Better than ever for you, their customer. Get in on the golf so you can be a Lemming too.
You can get an insurance quote anywhere. Ask yourself, what is my provider doing for me? Do I have to hit prompts? Do I have to deal with chatbots? Am I put on hold? Is it always a different person? Are they local? Are they proactive in the community? Do they represent the #1 provider of auto and home insurance in the U.S.? The James Carlton State Farm team is comprised of individuals right here in your neighborhood. We are out supporting our Blues, Cardinals, Bills, and Tigers. Do something new in 22 and kick the out-of-town companies to the curb. Give us a call or go online to carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago, and they still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
Bertarelli Cutlery is the gold standard when it comes to having your knives sharpened. Locally owned and operated family business on the hill, where you can not only get knives sharpened, you can get those nitro gloves. Price of gloves has skyrocketed over the years. The need and demand for the gloves is back in a big way. Bertarelli has purchased truckloads of these gloves, and they buy in bulk and then pass the savings along to you. You'll also appreciate Bertarelli for their ability to sharpen up your tools. Chainsaw, axe, knife, lawnmower blades, you name it, they will sharpen it up. Bertarelli Cutlery, 1927 Marconi Avenue on the Hill. The website is bertarellico.com.
Free your balls once and for all with the most comfortable jeans on the planet. And you can do it for free. Download the TMA mobile app and enter to win a $200 gift card to Muggsy. Muggsy jeans are built with a proprietary stretch denim with a stylish look, but the feel of sweatpants. Never too baggy, never too skinny, always just right. And more room for your twigs and berries. Get the app and create an account now. Or log in and register if you already have it. This opportunity is 100% solely intended for the greatest listeners in radio. Thanks for listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open. Pepperoncini. 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 Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
I'm as moist as a freshly baked Betty Crocker cake.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT-FM, HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
The Mills Brothers.
This is not the Mills Brothers.
I'm kidding. Not. But if there's one band that could probably recreate the Mills Brothers songs, it's probably New Edition.
I would think so. I don't know what they're waiting for, frankly.
Well, I think they need to get a banjo and a harmonica out of storage.
Speaking of that kind of music, you ever been to Nashville?
I'm actually going middle of October, end of October.
Been many times.
A couple of times.
I was there this last weekend. Oh, my God.
It's crazy, right?
The crowds?
City that is, yeah.
That Broadway strip, though, it's something
It's
else.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it.
Me, Madison, and her dad, last time we went, I think it was 2 years ago, we went down and saw this 17-year-old playing guitar at the bar.
Yeah.
And played Devil Went Down to Georgia. It was like the best rendition I have ever heard. And the dude, kid, was 17.
It's like Times Square, Doug.
It really is.
Like, there's more, when you cross the street, you're crossing the street with upwards of 600 people.
Oh, at least.
The Blues
Shoulder
Predators
to shoulder.
games are amazing on the weekend.
Yeah.
Go there on a Friday, hang out, get boozed up, go to bed, all day Saturday, go to the game. It's super.
Because Bridgestone is right at the end of the strip, so
Literally.
you leave the arena and you just pour right into Broadway.
Right.
It's they have it set up so
They
well.
make so much. I would love to see the nightly income of those
And
places.
every bar was like owned by one of the country stars. A lot of the bars
Luke
were.
Bryan, Jason Aldean.
Right.
We back,
Justin
bro?
Timberlake had,
my bad.
had a big spot.
No, it's my bad.
Yeah.
Talk
It
about
was
Nashville.
incredible. And every bar was just absolutely packed. You would have You would have thought it was the biggest college football game in the country was about to take place in about an hour, a block away at a stadium. That's what it looked like. And that was the demographics of the crowd, too. And yet this was just a normal Saturday. Nothing going on, really.
Bachelorette parties are insane there.
Oh, yeah. It was
that's
one,
where everybody goes.
one bus after the next with the top cut off the bus.
100%.
And girls in there dancing. All of them driving by going, whoa! Trying to convince themselves, I guess, that they were having the best time of their life. And maybe they were.
Bikinis and weenies.
Well, I didn't see any bikinis.
Well, weenies.
Jake's
I didn't
coat.
see any, well, I did
rails.
see. I saw a blow-up weenie. Yeah, I did see one of those on the bus.
Nice.
Yeah, but it was just absolutely packed.
Percentage
full
of
of people.
bachelorette parties in which the bachelorette sleeps with another gentleman. Go.
48%.
48%.
I don't think so.
I've seen
Is
them.
that in honor of Jordan Montgomery?
This is the future bride? No, I think that's probably a low number.
Jackson, what do you think the number is?
6%.
I think that's probably pretty high still. I think the brides usually don't. I'd like to think that they don't.
I know it makes you, but it allows me to tell a little tale, Doug, from Las Vegas, circa 2007, involving a Pac-12 women's soccer team, and a compadre of mine had run good in the 2007 World Series of Poker. Did he win $63,000?
I have no idea what he won.
I think he won $63,000, and we were at the Club Tau. You ever been at the Club Tau?
I have not. No.
Plowhawk, you ever been to Tau?
I'm not.
It's at the Venetian. I don't know if it's still there. And a friend of mine had, well, first off, you get yourself a booth and bottle service back in those days, and it was a magnet for the bachelorette party.
Oh, really?
Indeed.
Because they didn't have to pay for the drinks then? That's what.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And so we're sitting there, me and my compadre, as a gentleman in a relationship, and also being under 5'10", I wasn't necessarily active in the...
It's a height requirement?
I kind of get the sense, at least for a certain caliber of...
Like getting on a roller coaster somewhere, you got to be this tall to participate?
Well, I kind of, come to terms with it. And I was sitting there talking to my friend about his run in the World Series of Poker. And I noticed situations developing with the bride, with her maid of honor, and with the bride's mother.
Oh, the mom was there, a part of it?
And after we were done breaking down hands in the midst of a Las Vegas club, which just shows you just how hard I ball, that I'm sitting there breaking down poker hands at 2 a.m, sketched out. We were observing and kind of placing odds on who was going to sleep with who. I don't know if anybody wound up sleeping with the bride's mom.
Poor gal.
But I do know that one of my compadres engaged in the less popular MFF with the bride and the maid of honor.
Oh.
And at one point, mid-session, a big-boned girl came in and began diddling herself in the corner. I don't believe she was on the soccer club, and if she was, just to kind of let herself go after the season. But either way, and that alarmed him, but yet he went back to soiling the sanctity of those future marital vows.
Yeah.
That'd be the first, not the first time. This is the first time I ever heard of a groom getting cucked on his wedding night.
That's what we were just discussing. Well, this wasn't the wedding night, but it was the bachelorette party, and I was asking...
They weren't married yet.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, I was asking the question, and I think you'll have the official number, percentage of brides-to-be who sleep with someone else on their bachelorette party. Plowhawk said 48%. Jackson said 6%.
I'm going closer to 3 or 4%.
Wow.
No, I'd probably go 10.
10%.
Are you talking sex?
Yeah, yes. I include light hand play, aggressive mouth play.
No, it's 48%.
30
I also
to
include
35%.
I don't think so.
Any of our friend, the whole.
Dude, you act like they're done with their bachelorette party.
No matter the
at
orifice.
church on Sunday.
Right.
These girls are ready to get buck
Even the
wild.
one that Jackson needs 48 hours verification.
At least.
Now, what percentage would you put the dude at a bachelor party?
Very much lower because...
Lower?
Yeah. Much higher.
Much. I'm with Iggy. Plowhawk, really.
I mean, you got strippers there. You got probably some prostitutes.
No, not looking for prostitutes and strippers.
Look, if you're
If
doing
you're having-
strippers are
if you
one
haven't-
thing.
if you haven't in
if it's
Vegas,
prostitution and hookers, then
Then all
that's
bets are off.
That's
Yeah.
tainted.
It's like a juice
those,
ball.
Yeah, those numbers are tainted at that
It's
point.
easier for the girl. If the girl wants to get laid, she can get laid every night.
This is just
the guy,
coming.
not so much.
This is coming from a guy when I'm out in Nashville or any other big city. When I see a big group of bros wasted as hell, there's nothing more unappealing than that. And I'm sure for female, that is. You got your blinkers on and you're ready to get the hell out, dude. None of those guys get laid. They get absolutely trashed and put on their worst pickup moves and basically get carried to an Uber. I mean,
Right.
that's what happens on Bachelor
I think a lot of
parties.
people talk a big game, and when it gets right down to what really happened, probably not near as much as you think.
Yeah.
So, Plowhawk, you really do think less grooms to be engaged in sex than brides to be on the bachelorette party?
Yeah, let's say a female and a male walk into a bar and they both yell, "I want to have sex." Who gets the more clientele? Do you think the females are jogging and running over to the guy?
No.
It's going to be ants on a sugar cube. You see it out at Normandy. You get one girl out there at a tournament. and
It's a girl.
You have a drone view of just carts just piling in as if it's like free food.
Driving into the water hazards.
Yeah, females don't have to try and guys have to try. And when they're completely trashed, they are on their worst game.
This is just an estimate, but I would guess probably 15 bachelor parties I've been to. At least 10 of the guys got laid.
Wow.
What was that? Was that
Now,
with a
where
stripper
were-
or
yeah.
a prostitute?
Both.
See,
that
again,
doesn't count.
What do you
You're
mean it doesn't
paying
count?
for- If
It
you're
doesn't count.
paying
If you're
for
paying
it, it
for it,
doesn't
it
That
count.
wasn't the. What does it matter? Sex is sex. You're still having sex before your wedding. It doesn't matter if you pay for it or not. That wasn't the question.
I guess maybe.
Look, they get down. Those females out in Nashville get down.
Boy, it was a wild scene, and enormous high rises going up every corner.
Oh, that place has cranes everywhere, man.
Tour bus driver said 100 people a day are moving into Nashville.
But also the con of that is like people that have lived there for 30 years are just kind of getting shoved out. Because prices now are $450 the average, I think, or $350 the average.
Chris Raby is listing, and he says the group of bros Plowsy is describing are all wearing matching black dress shirts, guaranteed. That's from Chris Raby.
Thank you. I was hoping somebody would agree that that kind of group of guys terrified the hell out of me as a male. I'm not getting anywhere near that. I mean, it's basically a ticking time bomb of testosterone and small penises.
No, Flip that off.
I can't
That
wrap
could be
my
an
head
open for
around
the
how.
show.
My son Greg
my fiance just got back from her bachelorette party last weekend, so I guess I need to talk, and I need to order my dunce cap, Doug. That's glove blogger Tom Traven, who fears he's been cucked.
Yeah. My son Greg is right in that age where all his friends and fraternity brothers are getting married, and it's like every other week somebody's got a bachelor party in Vegas or Chicago or Nashville or Florida. The cost of attending these gets really rough.
That's why I love having cheap friends, man. You want to come over to my one bedroom and, play poker? Okay, and that's your bachelor party.
I've missed like 3 or 4 weddings because they were out of town. I need to pay for the.
Just recently? You still got friends getting married?
Who the hell are you getting?
Recently. That I would have been in, and I said, no, I got to pay for the tux. I got to fly out of town. I got a hotel room. No, I can't afford it.
What a magical appliance discounter's 8 o'clock hour, especially since it's just getting underway at 8:48. Send your emails in the morning after at InsideSTL.com for our design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. Don't forget, as of 6:45 this morning, there were 3 foursomes remaining in the Lemmings Open presented by Michelob Ultra. If you want one of those 3 foursomes that are left, go to TMASTL.com. It's $85 per golfer. I think after the Eventbrite fees, the exact number is $92.50. That includes all of your golf at Normandy, September 23rd, as we partner with the Megan Meyer Foundation. All of your Michelob Ultra, all of your donuts from Donut Drive-In and lunch, and all of your pizza from Uncle Leo's. All of that for $92.50 per golfer. Book one of the 3 remaining foursomes at TMASTL.com. It is our pleasure to welcome to the program Carly Lawrence. Carly Lawrence on the Steve Schmidt Kia North County phone.
Hello, Carly.
Oh, good morning, gentlemen.
Morning. It's wonderful to hear from you. Iggy, we had no idea that you were making films, and Iggy was telling us that you're making films, and he'd like to appear in one of them.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, that's a no.
Doesn't sound like there's a lot of interest, Iggy.
We didn't get into it. It was in passing when I told her I wanted to see the horror movie that she was in with Clayton. She sent me the link, and I said, I don't care if it's 2 words. I need a speaking part in your next movie. And that was that. And I left, and she didn't answer, and I left the break room.
You just want to get an IMDb credit.
Something like that. No,
Is that what it is?
I want to be in a movie with you.
I'll pass your name along.
That's a hard no. That's a polite way to say you got to be kidding me.
I didn't hear a no. I heard I'll pass it along. Now you can tell.
I got a phone call. I can't come on your podcast.
You can tell the director that I did have the leading role in the St. Mary Magdalene production of Oklahoma.
Can you sing the theme song?
I'm sure you're a shoo-in for the next film.
Oklahoma, where the wind comes riding down the plain.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to convince me. That's enough.
Well, I don't want a singing part. Maybe I can get killed, maybe knifed or
Then
something.
stop singing.
I was just showing them my range.
A little Spitfire, I like it.
So what kind of little movies are you making?
Well, this last one was a thriller. It was a home invasion thriller. The special effects were incredible, and it was a vegan set, which was interesting because so many special effects are made with food to give it the realistic look and texture and everything. But it was all made with vegan food because of that reason, because we had a vegan director. So that made things a little more challenging, but that was great. And it was made in the St. Louis area. We were going to go a couple hours away. But with scheduling and everything, that just didn't work out. But we did scout the location, and it was beautiful. But we were probably going to use that location for a different film. But I've done the past 2 films I've done. They've been thrillers. But in the past, I did a comedy, and before that, I was I did a TV show for Craig Brewer, but it was like stand-up roast style, and that was a few years ago. That released in 2019 on Kevin Hart's LOL network, and that was awesome. And you can still watch that on Kevin Hart's LOL network, which I don't know. I think if you have like a Roku, you're able to see that. But yeah, I don't know what my next project is going to be. Or wait, yeah, I do. I'm filming for tonight. Called Question Everything, and that's going to be more of a game show type of show. I'll give you guys more info as I get it.
Nice. Okay. And how long are these movies?
This last one was about, Iggy, like 30 minutes, so it was just like a shorter indie situation. Nothing crazy, not featured things, but yeah.
With 30 minutes long, you still can't find a role for Iggy somewhere in it?
You know what? No.
Okay. Sorry, we've tried, Iggy.
Well, now Carly's getting into directing. I saw the little movie you put together with Jackson, so you're getting into some directing now.
Yeah, I'm now Jackson's agent. And that's that. I'm going to collect royalties. He is my muse.
Huh.
Nice.
Oh, I'm a star.
Yeah.
Jackson, it got like 7,000 views now.
Hey, what did I tell you?
We're gonna get to 10K by the end of the day.
It's just the star effect.
Just by walking in the door and leaning against a wall, that gets you 10,000.
The editing on that is very crispy. So
crispy.
Tug, I like that. The editing is pretty crispy.
Crispy. I guess.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I thought you questioned what the hell it was.
Well, I didn't know what it was, but I saw that the editing was crispy. He was in and out the door 5 times, and it just flowed very easily.
Mm-hmm.
You could barely tell.
You could do that and probably pull it off better.
Did you instruct him to back up his ass and show it welcoming the camera, or was that something that he naturally did on his own, Carly?
Oh, he did not want to naturally do that. That was the director's cut.
Yeah, director's cut.
Yeah, you got to pick your battles, Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. But I think that's what is, spiking the views.
Yeah, I agree.
So, Jackson, you would do nudity if it was in the flow of the scene, if it was necessary.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, of course.
As his manager, I'm advising against it because we do have a meeting for a film coming up where he will play opposite Sydney Sweeney.
Doug!
Oh, wow.
Doug!
Wow.
That's interesting.
Jackson gets to work with Sydney Sweeney. That's his dream girl.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, so that's a meeting that we have in the works, and I think that nudity will work against him if we go down that route.
Well, I'm a method actor, so I'm willing to do whatever.
That's where I come in.
Yeah, is Iggy being considered for this part?
I don't think Sydney wants her grandpa playing. Although her grandpa did say she had fabulous breasts, which I thought was kind of creepy.
Doug, what an odd segue.
Yeah, it really kind of is.
Well, we're talking about Sydney Sweeney.
Maybe you could work in a little subplot with Iggy on the importance of getting the colonoscopies, prostate exams, that kind of thing. It's more or less as a public service.
No, thank you.
Okay.
We're going to make a colonoscopy film?
Yeah. Well, just as like a subplot. So, Iggy, we're looking for a part for Iggy. That's what this is about.
I'll talk to my people.
Okay.
Doug, it sounds like this thing is live. Carly, thank you so much for calling in and making the crispy editing with Jackson and his
Yeah, my pleasure. There's more in the works. If you guys ever want to work with me?
Yeah, Doug, let's work with her.
I'm open to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me show our asses, too. Get the ladies going. Thank you, Carly.
Thanks, kiddo.
Have
All
a good
right,
day, you guys. I'll see you later.
All right, kiddos.
She got kiddoed right at the end.
Hi, kiddo, everybody. I see Carly almost every day.
Begging her to get into one of the roles?
No, it's always good to see Carly. She's always so bubbly.
Sydney Sweeney's grandfather, according to Sydney Sweeney, said, "They said I have the best, the T word for breasts in Hollywood," she recalled.
Yeah, so Grandpa said that. How
about that, Doug?
I wasn't making it up.
It's kind of unfortunate that her grandfather has seen them and can make that statement.
Well, I think a reporter, the whole family saw a screening of Euphoria together, and she didn't even think about the nudity. And one of the scenes where she takes her top off, and I think a reporter asked her grandpa, "What do you think about Sydney's nude scenes?" And he said, "She's got the best breast in Hollywood."
Oh,
she said the first time she took her top off.
Oh yeah.
I said, "Wow." That was me talking about Sydney Sweeney.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. That was the married lady that you hooked up with.
I don't think so.
So what'd your grandma think?
I don't know. I haven't talked to her yet.
Wonderful. Doug, VIP Auto Accessories is back. Tommy Sabolka. How do you do, Tommy Sabolka?
Yeah.
Oh, I do fine, thank you. He wants you to call him directly.
Does he?
Call him directly, 314-428-3900, or you can email him directly, tommy.cibulka at VIPAutoaccessories.com. That's VIP Auto Accessories, the St. Louis accessory experts. And they are your commercial upfitting spot and a one-stop shop for everything, for vans, for trucks. They do it, and they do everything right there, so you don't have to go from everywhere all over town to get it done, point A to point Z. That's what VIP Auto Accessories can do for you. They have graphic solutions, retail office space, walls, floors, windows, and, of course, vehicles. You name it, VIP does it. And they also offer public safety solutions, EMS vehicles, police cars, Ameren vehicles, etc. VIP is all local. Since 1979, they have employees who have been there for 35 years, 41 years, 42 years, and the company is 43 years old. It shows you the kind of place it is. People love working there, and they stay there. VIP is part of the TMA ecosystem. They do work with Design Air. They work with Munganest, among others who sponsor our show. So call Tommy Sabolka at 314-428-3900 or email him, tommy.cibulka at VIPAutoaccessories.com. It is our appliance discounters 8 o'clock hour. Email in for our Design Air heating and cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. We have that coming your way at 9:45. Jackson and I will we'll grind through it at 10 o'clock on 101 ESPN, where you can leave your mic drops on the 101 ESPN app, or you can text in 65780. As Merle from Oakville and Hugh from Marlboro are now very active on the show. And, of course, you can text into this show or call into this show, as Carly just did. I deep teased this at the end of our Munganess 7 o'clock hour at 7:35. Buck Swope posted, regarding Plowsy's Jordan Montgomery is the 5th best player in baseball comment. DFS Showdown spreadsheet guru, listener Jordan, has provided this graphic. This was posted on the TMA fan page, which shows Jordan Montgomery is, in fact, the fifth best player in Yahoo Fantasy Baseball over the last 2 weeks.
Buck, thank you.
Yeah. So I was wrong. I thought Buck Swope was going to refute it, and I was wrong, and I owe everybody in the St. Louis metropolitan area an apology.
I shouldn't assume anything. That was my bad, Buck. I appreciate
my
you
bad,
backing
Plug.
me up.
It's my
you're-
bad.
You're fine. I jumped on it too. So
Regarding postseason rotation, Buck Swope writes this. Realize that as things currently stand, the Cardinals would host a first-round best-of-3 series and have to burn at least 2 starters in that series. There is one scheduled off day between the first series game 3, if necessary, and NLDS game 1. Then there's a travel day between NLDS games 2 and 3, but no off day between 4 and 5. Given the stakes of each inning within these short series, best of 3 followed by a best of 5, there will likely be rules for Dakota Hudson and or Jack Flaherty to pitch long relief if any starter gets a quick hook. Also, it's a huge advantage to get into the 2 seed since they'll be able to have their pitching rested for the NLDS while their opponent, the 3 or 6 seed, will have to burn their top 2 guys and not be able to start multiple games on normal rest in the NLDS. Or, put another way, the Cardinals don't want to be in a position where we have 3 of 5 games against Scherzer or DeGrom on normal rest. That is what Buck Swope was posting. Now, producer Joe texted me, and he said, Jordan Montgomery, Plowboy, is still wrong. In the last 14 days, he's number 6.
I mean...
Oh, you idiot. You missed by 1. And I think you said the next 10
He didn't miss
days,
at
so
all.
yeah,
We
4, but-
called up his phone, and it's right there on Yahoo Sports.
right there.
5th. Why would that be a big thing?
Yeah.
I'll ask Joe, just nitpicking everything.
The guy's allowed 1 run in, 25 innings? I'm surprised he's not number 1 in all of baseball.
No, he's number 6, you idiot, Blousy.
I know. How was my bad? I gotta look myself in the mirror after this show and really, put
Doug,
my finger on my own chest.
The number 1 player over the last 14 days, take a guess.
Can I have initials, please?
AB.
August Busch?
Nope.
Albert Pujols?
Nope.
Albert Pujols. AB.
Aaron Boone.
The second letter of the first name, please.
L.
Albert Bell. Came
Albert
back.
Bell. Albert Bell's back?
Joey.
Third letter, please.
E.
A-L-E. Fourth letter, please. Alex.
Yes.
Bregman.
Yes.
See, that was easy. God bless, that was easy.
Number 2 best player in fantasy baseball over the last 14 days.
Initials?
Pitcher or...
AP.
Albert Pujols.
Yes.
Yes, see there.
He's available in 70% of leagues, if you're interested. Third best player in fantasy baseball over the last 14 days.
Initials?
PG.
PG. Paul Goodman.
Paul Goldschmidt, baby.
Paul Goldschmidt.
Yes.
Oh,
Number 4 best fantasy baseball.
Initials?
KT.
KT. Ken Thomas. Ken Thomas is playing? And playing well?
KT.
Second letter,
I feel
first.
like an idiot.
First
Then.
Why?
KY. K.
Kitaro
Kyle.
Tomiyashi?
Certainly Kyle.
Third letter? L.
L.
Kyle
Tucker.
Yes.
Kyle Tucker. Yes, that was easy.
We're just refuting anybody who says this is a jackass show where people
Right.
don't know about the sports takes they're
Right.
giving.
We don't stay current.
And then number 5, Jordan Montgomery. So 3 of the best 5 players in fantasy baseball of the last 14 days are members of the St. Louis Baseball Cardinals Club, LLC.
So Joe's wrong.
Joe, suck it, bro. You lose.
And didn't Wainwright have a couple really good performances, too? He could be
Wainwright's been
top
killing it.
15 or so.
I wonder where Joe got his info. Joe Pelusi, Commissioner's
The 3
newsletter.
series he's parking at the 3rd floor.
I'd like to have a 3 series.
It's the least.
I can't afford it.
So that's Buck Swope on the fan page, giving knowledge and
Okay.
saying what he's trying to drive home is the importance of getting that 2nd seed, which certainly would be wonderful. For the record, the Cardinals currently trail the Mets by 7.5 games and the Dodgers by 14.
Yeah.
As great as the Cardinals have been playing, they have 14 less wins than the Dodgers and 14 more losses than the Dodgers.
Right.
I don't know if getting the Mets is possible. The Mets are going to have to deal with the Braves. There's going to be some cannibalization there. And then also a hard-charging Phillies bunch. Cooled off recently, but they have made moves.
I hate how baseball... I don't like the way how long it is to get to postseason play because offense almost goes out the window in 45-degree weather. And so, pitching becomes that's all you really need. I mean, certainly you need some, timely hitting. But the fact that you can pretty much just do 90% pitching, and that's the strategy, annoys me a little bit because 90% of the regular season is almost the exact opposite of that.
Much of that is because
So
the best teams have the best pitching. So when you get to the postseason, you run into some of the best pitchers in baseball.
I 100% disagree with you on that.
You don't think the best teams have the best pitching?
I don't disagree with that. I'm saying that's not the reason why pitching dominates in the postseason. The weather, man. Nobody can hit in 40-degree weather when you're playing almost all of your games in 90 or 100-degree weather.
How often is it 40 degrees when they play?
They play in mid-October. I mean, seriously, in mid-October, it's 40 or 50 degrees at max in some of those areas. So I don't like.
You don't think it has more to do with, we got to face Jacob deGrom today. Here's Max Scherzer. Here's Clayton
Yes,
Kershaw.
you add those dominant pitchers along with the stinging foul ball that these dudes are doing in 40-degree weather. It's certainly a factor.
Well, the ball does carry farther in the warmer weather. So there is something to the fact that the cold weather would, I guess, in some small way at least, limit the flight of fly balls.
And your joints and muscles tighten, which may be a quarter of a second behind on a ball because it takes a little bit. It's all a factor, but I hate how you play the most important games in October and November is asinine. It's crazy.
I don't know what the choice is, though, unfortunately.
No, there isn't any.
In football, you play the championship games in some of the worst weather you see of the whole year. You play most of the football season in hot, beautiful fall weather. Then you get to the playoffs, and now it's 10 degrees with snow out.
I think the two sports, it's hard to compare. While I'm in agreement that, yes, you do play a lot of football games in good weather, I don't see the weather as much as a determining factor on one side or the other in football. Defense just has as big of a disadvantage as offense, whereas pitching dominates in that colder temperature. So
I think most major league players would tell you that in most October weather, the weather doesn't bother them too much. It might affect, if it's really cold, a pitcher might have a hard time getting a grip on the ball. But most of them, they're very young, athletic, in perfect shape. They're in a dugout. They've got every possible advantage you could have to stay warm and be ready. I don't think a lot of these guys are that affected if it's 50 degrees out or 55.
So you take a poll of Major League Baseball teams and say, hey, you could play in 90-degree weather or 45-degree weather. You're saying that's a 50-50 split in terms of that poll?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'd say they would much rather play in nice, warm weather. But I'm telling you that a 25-year-old professional athlete isn't such a weakling that if it's a little cold out, he's going to all of a sudden say, I can't do this. I can't play. I can't swing the bat. I can't throw. No, they're tougher than that.
We agreed to disagree, Doug. That's why I love you.
All right.
Producer Joe is not happy. He says, I sent an effing screenshot, and in the screenshot, Jordan Montgomery is 6th.
Well, we just mentioned two things that have him 5.
There's
so
actually
I don't know where you're getting your screw. Probably the same info you got when you told me that I won the when I won the tiebreaker.
What Buck Slope looked at is an overall daily fantasy sports breakdown. There's ESPN, there's Yahoo, there's a lot of different daily and yearly fantasy leagues in different platforms, and that's an average of all of them. And he's 5th, so stop, Joe. Just stop.
He says, just to be clear, last 7 days Montgomery is 5, but last 14 days he's 6. Obviously, details mean very little to the team ranked 15th in the league. Blouses, bitch. That's from producer Joe.
For heaven's sakes.
Yeah, it'd be fun to see you get your ass rolled in the 8th seed, first round. Congratulate. You get like a plaque for that?
Doug, do we give out plaques for the 8th seed?
He'll just find anything he can to prove his point. You said 7 days. He's number 6 if you go back 3.5 years. Ha ha!
I'm just saying, Joe, you're wrong. I love you, bud, but you're wrong on this one.
Well, some of the fantasy sites would give certain stats different values, right? So
that's what I said. This is the one Buck Slope looked at is the average of all of the leagues and all of that. So it's not just Yahoo. I mean, it goes into ESPN. It goes into all the daily fantasy as well. So.
Okay.
Well, he just finds whatever looks good for him to make a point. He just finds that.
It's really not that big a deal to be arguing about.
It isn't a deal at all. I can't believe this
and
is
it's one spot, by the way. He went through all of that to say you missed by a spot in one of his...
Tell that simp producer Joe that the rankings are slightly different based on what stats your league counts. That's from little Tommy Tribbins.
Thanks, Tribbs. And again, Joe, you're wrong. Love you, but you know you're wrong on this. Although I do double down and triple down on bad takes as well, so... We are the one and the same in that realm.
James Carlton is different, though. James Carlton is the best, and if you are sitting there going, you know what, I kind of think I might not have the best insurance agent, well, that's probably because you don't have the best insurance agent. As a matter of fact, if your insurance agent isn't James Carlton, then you don't have the best insurance agent. James Carlton wants you to know that as we are in the midst of storm season, take a minute and call your provider to make sure you understand things like your deductible coverage amount and whether or not you have endorsements like backup of sewer and drain, and I can speak to that being an important one. If it takes you longer than 60 seconds to get that information over the phone, you owe it to yourself to see how much better your interactions can be just by being insured at James Carlton State Farm. Life insurance, they take care of that as well. James's team is a simple, non-threatening approach to life insurance. They ask a few simple questions. If you didn't make it home tomorrow, what would you want to happen? Do you currently have plans in place to make that happen? Would you like to see how inexpensive it can be to make sure what you want to happen will happen, even if you're not here to see it happen? Call James Carlton and his staff in Webster Groves at the James Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800, or apply online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton State Farm. Send your emails in 35 minutes. We'll have the design, air, heating, and cooling email of the day. Lot to work with today, Jack. Send them in the morning after at InsideSTL.com and compete with the greats. Right now, heading down the stretch, it's a fun competition for the month of August. JV golf coach and Kevin Miller, neck and neck. 830 Recreator, Carlos Spicy winner, Calvin May's oversized T-shirt, Slop Sink salesman, Dirty Bird, and Gavin, a tall and handsome chiropractor, all have wins. But it seems like, Doug, this is going to come down between JV golf coach and Kevin Miller.
It feels like it, yeah. And I think we saw this coming months ago.
Yeah, that August was going to be a month where they would really surge. So heads up they go as we have, about 7 shows left here for the month of August. Let me see. Hold on, I'm going to count it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There it is.
Nice.
7. We will be at Belle Reve for the BMW Championship media gathering tomorrow. Golf-wise, Will Zalatoris is done for the year. He has 2 herniated discs. He just had to withdraw from the Tour Championship, and he will not be able to play in the President's Cup either. How about that? Just that news just broke.
Okay.
He just won his first ever event. And then he has this happen. Willie Z is out. There is not a replacement, by the way, for the Tour Championship, so there will be 29 players at Eastlake, and that's a shame because I was 31st. It would probably be dangerous.
Iggy, can you send a letter to him and ask if Tim can get in?
I'm still...
You got Nagel in.
I was still baffled about... Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm still baffled how they had 69 last week, and somehow it was they played twosomes.
Doug?
I don't know. Somebody probably played alone.
No, they had all twosomes.
Well, then it'd be impossible.
That's
Your
what I
information
thought.
is wrong somewhere.
But
you can't play all
but
twosomes.
They didn't
if
say
there's 69
they added
players.
one, like they're not going to add the guy who finished 31st.
Well, Cam Smith's WD.
That's why it was 69.
Oh, okay, because it was 70, and then Cam Smith WD 69.
Yeah.
Either one group went off at 3, or one guy played by himself.
I didn't see a threesome. And this week...
well, it had to be that way.
I know it had to be, but I don't know. I couldn't figure it out. They didn't add anybody, just like they're not adding anybody this week. Leishman or Lowry's not getting in, so it's going to be 29 players. So somebody's playing by themselves.
Would you rather play by yourself or in a threesome?
By myself.
I do that all the time, but...
So sick.
For heaven's sakes, I knew you'd go there. I knew you would, so help me.
But, yeah.
I mean, if it depends. If I'm bottom of the totem pole and I just shot like 5 over and I'm 8 shots out of the second to last place, let me go out by myself on Saturday.
Aaron Wise will be playing by himself at 11:45 on Thursday for the record with this week's Tour Championship. Iggy, do you think you're going to break 100 tomorrow at Belle Reve?
It depends on what tees we play.
Doug, what tees are we?
I haven't hit a ball.
I think we're going tip
I think
drill.
they could play any tees, and you would not break 100 at Belle.
Oh, damn, Gina.
I haven't hit a ball in a week, 10 days.
You going to play it out of that rough?
I'm going to roll it.
You're going to roll it in the rough?
I'm going to roll it everywhere. I mean, it's a fun afternoon for the media day. Who cares?
I got to go low.
No, I don't think you could shoot 100 at Belle Reve.
I'll say I break 100.
Jackson, now that you're bragging about your wealth, you want to go deep with the $100 NAS?
No.
Wow, that was rejected.
Now I'm telling
There's
you.
a whole lot of consideration, even.
No.
Want to go deep with a $10 one?
Yeah, it's more like it.
Do I need to play it down in the
Doug,
rough?
Does you want him to play it down in the rough?
I think.
I think at least like this week they're letting people roll it.
For betting on scores.
Well, for pace of play with a bunch of hacks
Club
out
length
there.
to the fairway.
Give me Plowsy. Tim, you take Iggs.
With a bunch of hacks.
Oh, we're gonna have a 2-man team?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be Plowsy.
Well, it's
How
gonna.
do you know?
All right.
What are the teams?
Sounds like Plowhawk getting intimidated.
Me and
I'll
Jackson?
get 2 pops.
Not me and Plowsy versus you and Tim.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, it's up
Jackson.
to
Be
you.
no rolling in the fairway.
Any form of action, I'm all for.
I have
including,
played
light
really
hand play.
well.
Well,
the
if Tim
last-
wants
Is that right?
Yeah, the last 2 times I played really well.
If Tim wants to play with me, that's fine.
Yeah, you played Riverside recently, and if you do course comps, Doug, Riverside and Belle Reve.
Yeah,
Sometimes you would rather have that thick rough than dirt.
Yeah, the slope is about the same.
But it'll be fun.
If you're a 15 at Riverside, you're probably going to be about a 19 at Belle Reve.
I remember we played 3 years
12.
ago, and I parred the first hole and was super jacked up, and then just absolutely melted.
At
the
Belle
next
Reve.
17. Yeah.
There's not a whole lot to number 1 at Belle Reve.
Did we tee off? And I think that we teed off at number 1. I can't remember what hole it was. The first hole we played.
I would doubt you parred 10, so we probably teed off on 1.
Yeah.
I think there's tee times.
Although it's 10's a par 5, but at the PGA Championship they played it as a 4.
Yeah.
It hasn't been confirmed yet, but I think Woody said we're going to be 150.
Woody says we're at 150.
Perfect.
Okay.
Like,
are you going to cover this now that you're
No.
back into television to get your brand out there?
No, I'm not, and I'm not going to cover it.
so we're gonna be a member. Like,
All right.
should I like
It's a
not
Stu Kleitenic
snack?
exclusive. Steve Gottsagen.
I feel like I play it.
Steve Gottsagen. Boy, there's a name from the past. Is that the brow?
What's the brow? When I interned for Rich Gould, he was the second guy in the department, and he really had trouble with the teleprompter, and he lost it one time
Oh, he did?
because of the teleprompter, and I didn't know what to do because I'm just sitting in the office at like 20 years old.
Did he do it live?
I think he stumbled over some words on the teleprompter, and it you know.
Threw him for a loop.
Threw him for a loop.
I was doing a Bill O'Reilly there.
We'll do it live.
Oh.
He was having trouble getting the teleprompter to work.
One night, I failed to load the scripts in time, I think, for Rich Gould. And he just starts laughing. He goes, I don't have any scripts, people. I'll just talk here. We'll do it this way. And he just starts laughing and just goes right through it. There you go. That's how you can do it. That's Rich Gould.
That's how you get Fridays off.
That's how you get Gary Pinkel, and I'm going to talk some Mizzou hoops.
Guys, did I just hear an 18 handicap complain quote about a bunch of hacks? Wow, that's from the 618.
Well, I consider myself in there, too. You think I said a bunch of hacks? Did you hear me say a bunch of hacks except for me? I said a bunch of hacks, including me. Yeah, you just hear what you want to hear, don't you?
Don't, just really let him have it now. Get it off your chest.
They may say roll it for
Let 'em
pace of
have it.
play.
Fuck balloon.
But if we're playing for money, the 4 of us, then we play it down everywhere. I'll still break 100, Doug.
How about that?
I don't know. Depends on how closely
The
you follow
issue is
the
you'll
rules.
probably take like a 12 on one hole. And
Yeah.
That'll blow everything
No,
out.
I'll play safe.
But even if you do, it's still going to happen.
I won't take a 12 on a hole.
Well, you're just going to pick it up and say, give me an 8?
No, I'll play everything out, but I won't take
Wow.
a 12 on a hole.
Tim, I'll get a 12 on a hole.
I would agree with that.
If I get in that rough, like, I'm just going to aim sideways to the closest point to the fairway.
Just try to get it out of there.
I'm not
Don't
aiming
be a
for
hero.
I'm not pin seeking. I'm going right to the fairway, and then we can play golf.
Hey, Ken, are you going with the 4XL Salmon Nautica ball cap combo or your 3 sizes too big white pants for your big day at Belle Reve? Either way, it won't be Hoosier. Thanks. That's from Big Tough.
I'm doing the high waters again.
3 sizes too big white pants.
Yeah.
The pants fit great.
Yeah, I don't
Sometimes the shirts are a little long.
It's a country club. We got to tuck it in.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll be the first to admit that a couple of shirts I wear a little long. I've stopped wearing those.
But that's your style.
Yeah, but even one looked like a dress. I even saw it and said, "Jesus, this thing's down to my thighs. Look, I could wear that as a dress." So, but I got to tuck it in tomorrow, so you won't see anything hanging except dong.
Yeah, I have to set, nice. I have to set my clothes out tonight. I wonder what I'm going to wear. I don't know.
Oh, we got a bet, a supportive Iggy bet. What yardage are you going to play? I bet at normal yardage, Iggy breaks 100.
Just no way with that rough. There's just no way. Man,
I have no idea what the rough
Yeah, I haven't
condition
seen
is
the
there.
rough. Who knows what it is?
3 years ago, if you didn't have a 4 caddy, I probably would have lost 15, 20 balls.
Well, we were playing at the year of the tournament. The tournament's 3 years away, so they're not getting ready for the tournament. So I don't think they keep it that that terrible for the members.
I agree, but I still think the thickness ain't going to be my problem. Not the length, but...
Well, we haven't had a lot of rain, so if they cut it, it should be kind of wispy. What do I know?
Jackson, we're going to play safe, and we're going to play well.
You guys are just going to go hybrid off the tee?
Everybody always thinks they're going to play it
7-iron.
safe. I mean, everyone tries to play it safe, don't they? It's just a matter of if your tee shot goes way right, and now you're in the woods or in the rough. You thought you were playing it safe, but here you are.
It's the shots after the tee shot. That's when you play it safe or aggressive.
Plaza and I have good chemistry. I like our squadron.
You think it's a good pairing?
Uh-huh.
Iggy and I have killed it at member guest, so I like our pairing.
I heard about the putting. You guys are killing it.
Damn, Plowhawk just went right into your
Well,
kitchen.
we have to
right
talk
an
trash,
hour
right?
before
Well, I was killing it. I think there was a bet that I would have over and under 5.5 3 putts. I think I had one. That was on the last hole.
Yep. So there, take that, critics.
Yeah, take that, Plaza.
I'll just go back to the last drive I hit out of Normandy last time I played.
Solve everything.
Oh, that was bombed.
It was like 260 down the middle.
Yeah, he bombed it. I can't lie. And he kind of strutted off the box too. Dart in mouth.
No, I think I strutted and said, "Anybody see it?"
Well, the last time I played Normandy with you was when we shot the video beforehand, and you were pouring down the 2 fairway when you were talking about 9.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, problem.
Yeah,
It's a shortcut to that hole.
Before we go to a break, to change topics real
We're
quick.
20 minutes past the break.
I said before we take it. I don't even know if I said this on the show yesterday, but yesterday I brought in 5 retro bowling shirts.
I took video because I saw. I'm like, man, somebody's just leaving like their trash on the tables in the break room. But it's your stuff.
Well, the 5 retro bowling shirts yesterday I put there, and I put them on the chair, even though they've never been worn before. I put them on the chair, not on the table, because people eat there. And I just left a note and said I was cleaning out my closet, and I forgot I had these retro bowling shirts. If anybody's interested in retro Hoosier, help yourself. Well, I came in this morning. 3 of them are gone, so people did take them. But somebody has a whole box of stuff up there now. There's like a box of T-shirts. There's 15 hats on there.
Everybody's bringing their stuff.
So I guess
the break
it's,
room is a Goodwill.
Yeah, I guess it's not just bring in our stuff unless.
So that isn't your stuff there today.
No, just the bowling shirts. Where this other stuff, I don't know where it came from.
I think Marsh
really?
took one.
That's fine. I just want people to know that I didn't bring in the boxes of stuff in there.
Dude, the bowling shirts feel like a 20-year-old garage rag.
Oh,
they're kind of retro.
Polyester.
Remy, I was talking it over with Remy, and he was considering taking the Bada Bing one.
I wanted the
Somebody
Guzzlers.
took that one. That was the best one. It's kind of like a silky material. Kind of flows like the stuff Sopranos would wear.
did you autograph any of these shirts?
No, I just put them on the chair and said if anybody wants one.
Hey, the guys on the HD2 station are autographing things for us.
They're leaving their garbage.
Yeah. So if anybody comes in today, I just want.
We might be banished from that break room.
I just want people to know that.
We'll just put a hot plate in our studio.
Oh, so Iggy brought in shirts, and now he's dumping all of his other stuff in here? No, that's not mine. I don't know what that is. So I want everyone here to know that I didn't bring in the other Goodwill stuff.
Narrow casting.
Just the first.
Yeah, I don't know anybody here that listens. But if anybody is, just that's because the note's still there that I put up there. I may put at the end of the note still, and these boxes aren't mine.
Nice. Let them know.
Yeah. You have any old underwear or anything you want to get rid of that you could put up there?
Ziploc bag crusties.
There's going to be a station-wide message that Market Manager John Kioski sends out around 1 p.m. today asking staff to not bring in their secondhand wares and place them on tables where people eat.
I had them on the chair.
Because that's
I
easier
didn't
than
put them on the
finding a
table.
Goodwill. to
Now these
donate
boxes of stuff with the shirts and hats,
And
they're
you
all
are
over
the
the
master of the reply all to the staff email. Are you aware of that?
No.
Jackson, am I right on this?
He replied all last week.
Yeah.
To what?
I
Either
can't
John
remember.
Kioski or Tommy will send out these station-wide things. I don't know how many people work here. I would assume more than 100.
Yeah, probably like $1.50.
Iggy hits reply
Awesome work.
all in like
Awesome work.
I just said reply.
Love this staff. Sent like 180 people.
Well, it's nothing derogatory. I'm just responding.
No, it's never like you never sent like a private email.
Oh God,
that would be the
I
one
would
and only.
jump in so quickly and just try to get you out of the water.
No, I thought I just hit reply.
Well, I open up my email at like 4:45, 5 a.m.
If John sends something I like, I just hit reply, say awesome.
Right, but there's 2 kinds of replies, and
Awesome
you're hitting
work.
reply all. So when he sends it to the entire staff, You're applying to the entire staff.
I love this.
And it's honestly one of my favorite. It happens about once a month, and it's my favorite thing.
It is. When I see it, I'm thinking Jackson's enjoying this.
I
and I don't know if you do it. I didn't know if you did it on purpose or
No,
not.
I just hit reply. I didn't know it was going to everybody.
Please don't stop doing it, though. It really
Well, I
brings
don't know
me a
how
lot of
not to do
joy.
it. I don't know how not to do it. Because I'm just hitting
Perfect. I will
reply.
never teach you either. It makes me laugh.
Of course, the dried up prune doesn't know how to use email. That's from Susie Cream Cheese.
Oh.
Oh, I was waiting for somebody to take that one.
Cletus is involved, and he just texted me. He says, "My goodness, I even know about Reply All."
Yeah. Well, where are you? You're supposed to be here, by the way.
Cletus is supposed to be. We have a guest.
Why
in
is
the,
he supposed to be here?
No, he's playing in the Megan Meyer Foundation golf tournament, and I need his check. I saved him a foursome, but I need to get the check over to the foundation. So
By turning the Hubbard break room into a filthy flea market, Iggy seems bound and determined to get TMA tossed out into olive by at lunch. That's from the Austin Oligarch.
why don't you mind your own business?
Could happen.
I was just being nice.
Why are you bringing your
They're
laundry
brand
here?
new shirts. I've never worn them. My good friend, rest in peace, Rob Spetner, who owned bowlingshirt.com, always gave me a ton of them for Gobble, to the point where he would send like 10 every year. And I just had so many, and I just forgot about them and put some in the back of my closet.
We need to bring them to Belle Reve.
And they have,
we should wear bowling shirts tomorrow at Belle Reve.
Dude, I would wear the Guzzler one.
We'd be playing Riverside instead.
I'd take one for the team and wear the Guzzler one.
and, but they still had the tags on them. I never worn them. So I said, this in the back of the closet. Man, maybe, there's a lot of Keishi and the Point and, kind of retro stuff. Maybe somebody would want to wear it. I'll just, so I put them on the back of the chair. So if anybody wants them, help yourself. If not, I'll take them and bring them back to my house.
Are they all gone now?
3 of the 5 are gone.
If you don't wear them, they're great for changing your oil or, putting in.
Household chores.
Perfect example. I saw, we haven't talked about it yet, so I'll bring it up. I saw Learn's Instagram yesterday.
Learn. There it was.
Where she had
9:26.
she had an Instagram where she said, "This is me getting ready for work," and there's a thing about I've got nothing to wear in the whole closet of clothes. I got nothing to wear, and I couldn't respond to it, so I sent her a text and I said, "I saw your Instagram. If you have nothing to wear, I left some retro bowling shirts on the." No response, but at least I sent it. It's always fun to see Learn. No surprise that I think she's the coolest chick that I know. But 3 of them are gone. 3 of the 5 are gone. So 3 people enjoyed them. But I thought I'd do something nice. I thought I'd do something nice, and 3 people took them. Now the other 2 I'll take home today. I mean, I don't mind the touch of a gentleman. The other stuff, I don't know whose boxes of things those are.
Well, maybe we should have a rummage sale.
Well, I've had my rummage sale. I brought in 5 shirts, and now I'm getting ridiculed, so I'm not doing it anymore.
No more shirts.
Doug, we have to break.
Yeah,
It's
I was about to actually
9:27.
do- I've
I'm
never
gonna
done
go
one
get
of
me a
these.
bowling
We have to
shirt.
break.
Why don't we just do email and just leave?
Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour will get underway. Then Jackson and I are on the air on 101 in a half hour, so we're really going to have to expedite the process. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning.
I'm a lemming, he's a lemming, she's a lemming, we're all lemmings. Wouldn't you like to be a lemming too?
Yep, you're a lemming, so get ready to lem it up. The Ryan Kelly Morning After presents the return of the Lemmings Open, September 23rd at Normandy Golf Club. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Get your foursome together and join Tim, Doug, Iggy, Action Jackson, and the Plowhawk for a day out on the course. Tickets are $85 a person and include golf, all your Mich Ultra beer, plus breakfast from Donut Drive-In, lunch, and after-party food from Uncle Leo's Pizza. Tickets are on sale now at tmastl.com. A portion of the proceeds benefit the Megan Meyer Foundation. The return of the Lemmings Open, brought to you by Munganast, Acura, and Toyota. Better than ever for you, their customer. Get in on the golf so you can be a lemming too.
There's a lot of common sense in Western wisdom, like don't squat with your spurs on and always drink upstream from the herd. And there's also some Western wisdom that's less common, like never steal from a bear or what you can't make for yourself, or a man doesn't know his worth until he's eye to eye with a rattlesnake holding a toad. I'm sure there's a good lesson in there somewhere, but there's one lesson that's perfectly clear. Fistful of Bourbon is an award-winning blend of 5 straight bourbons and is smooth as a banker on Friday. Get wise, pick up a bottle today. Don't be a damn fool. Please enjoy responsibly. Imported by William Grant & Sons, New York, New York. This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and they still own. and it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
Doug Vaughn here, along with the home loan expert, Ryan Kelly. Ryan, I know you have been a longtime supporter of the military and trying to make things easier for them and more affordable for them to buy a new home. How's that going?
The VA loan is one of the best benefits of being in the military, but the problem is nobody good was doing them. No one really cared about them. These banks were taking months to close them. We've changed the game on that. And in fact, we close VA loans in 21 days or less. I personally pay for your appraisal, and we can help you with all the VA paperwork. Visit HeroLoan.com. That's HeroLoan.com, the only way to VA.
Bertarelli Cutlery is the gold standard when it comes to having your knives sharpened. Locally owned and operated family business on the hill, where you can not only get knives sharpened, you can get those nitrile gloves. Price of gloves has skyrocketed over the years. The need and demand for the gloves is back in a big way. Bertarelli has purchased truckloads of these gloves, and they buy in bulk and then pass the savings along to you. You'll also appreciate Bertarelli for their ability to sharpen up your tools. Chainsaw, axe, knife, lawnmower blades, you name it, they will sharpen it up. Bertarelli Cutlery, 1927 Marconi Avenue on the Hill. The website is bertarellico.com.
You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience. Free your balls once and for all with the most comfortable jeans on the planet. And you can do it for free. Download the TMA mobile app and enter to win a $200 gift card to Muggsy. Muggsy jeans are built with a proprietary stretch denim with a stylish look, but the feel of sweatpants. Never too baggy, never too skinny, always just right. And more room for your twigs and berries. Get the app and create an account now, or log in and register if you already have it. This opportunity is 100% solely intended for the greatest listeners in radio. Thanks for listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Now, back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Halloween, go grab a sheet or your favorite mask. Trick or treat, door by door to fill our bags with candy. Scary things waiting for you around the corner of every street. It's Halloween, it's time to scare the pants off your friends. It's Halloween, it's time to collect strangers' candy. It's Halloween, it's time to do some pumpkin carving. What are you going to be for Halloween?
Sounds like a psycho wrote that. Giving strangers candy.
Oh, yeah.
Hauntingly beautiful.
Dougie just reached climax.
Yeah.
Well,
it's the Ryan Kelly Morning After. We're in the Michelob Ultra Studios, and we're in the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. My name is Tim McKernan. Ranked number one, have been for years. It's kind of like the Tiger Woods.
But who's the top five? You said you were number one, but you got
Producer Joe says Jordan Montgomery's 6. You say he's 5.
that's a big thing to argue about, whether he's 5 or 6 in fantasy baseball over the last 2 weeks.
Iggy is not in the studio. He is done for the day. He's getting ready for Belle Reve tomorrow. Centric. Cybersecurity is one of the most exciting careers in technology going right now, and one of the most in demand. Centric can train you for a career in cybersecurity, and they can do it in just 4 months. Centric's hands-on program teaches you the actual job skills you need to get started. No history, no biology, just technology. That's how they do it in just 4 months, even if you have no IT experience. You can do it online or you can do it in person. You can do it in the evening or you can do it during the day, whichever works best for you. If you're interested in a career in cybersecurity, call Patrick Nealon at Centric Training today, and he'll walk you through Centric's cutting-edge program and show you everything Centric does to help get you started in your new IT career. Call 314-450-4714 or go to centric.com/STL. That's CENTRIQ.com/STL. Cybersecurity is a problem for every business in St. Louis. You can be part of the solution. Doug, be part of the solution.
I'd like to be just that. Stop being part of the problem all the time.
Iggy, who are you exchanging pleasantries in the hallway with?
Christy, our HR.
She's very friendly.
She is.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't had to meet with her yet in 7 months, so I'm being a good boy.
She sees your reply all emails. That the staff is killing it. I still can't. Awesome job. Killing it. Oh, nice. You got the bowling shirt.
Look at that.
It says Bowling Stones on the back.
Somebody took my Guzzler shirt.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah.
Took it.
They said, yeah.
Well, I
They
didn't.
sold the last two on the last break. I got this one. And another.
Now it's
gal
time
walked
for the
in and
hats.
took the bowling guzzlers.
Who took that one?
I don't know her name, but.
Dude,
Mel.
The free hats are
She's
great
thrilled.
because it comes with free loose hair as well.
Oh.
Again, those are not mine. Everything, now that the 2 shirts are gone, nothing on that table is mine.
Okay. Well, this is a fine bowling shirt that I got. I got what I wanted.
It's like they wore in the 50s.
Mm-hmm. It's a little tight on me.
Well, you got a shirt on.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So, thanks to my buddy Rob Spetner. Rest in peace.
Thank you, Spetsy.
He's always been good to us in Gobble.
Jackson, can you tell the people about the Muggsy app contest? This is the bee's knees right here.
Oh, yeah. It's the best, man. You just hop onto the TMA STL app, which you should already have. If you listen every day and you don't have the app, what are you doing? So many awesome promos and just an easy way to access all the content that we put out on the daily. And so you just download the app if you haven't already, create a profile. And once you create that profile, you head to your little profile section. There'll be a little icon that says app contest, and that's an app contest to win a $200 gift card to Muggsy.
What?
Best damn jeans in the world. It's like wearing sweatpants, but it looks incredible. And all you do is hit enter to win. It's just that simple. I mean, I don't see why you haven't done it already if you haven't.
No, I don't know why.
And you get entered a chance to win $200 to Muggsy, all by clicking like 3 buttons.
Why wouldn't you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, why wouldn't you?
I
What is
don't
your
know.
problem?
Yeah, it's...
What's wrong with these people?
I'm honestly like a little upset like right now, like thinking
Yeah,
people haven't done
really.
it. I know. Like, let me cool off for a second.
Good for you. Yeah, you got balloon party coming up in 24 minutes, and that's Jackson always likes to peak at 10 o'clock.
Gather yourself.
Hugo Posh is back. Ladies and gentlemen, Ken has left the building. Well, he's right. I thought Hugo Posh was going to issue a statement.
Dude, he was in the studio for a minute and a half before he
And then he
left
just had it on. He had something else to do.
I love Iggy, but even that one's like blows my. He just came in. It wasn't more than 2 minutes, and he's out.
When Cletus, whose interior design choices resemble that of Buffalo Bill, with 20 feral animals running around, and he's offering you tech support, it's time to stick Ken in a home. That's from Carlos Spicy Wiener.
God, he lives in a hostel.
Cletus does?
Look, the room. Look, just
hadn't been updated.
It's dark cherry wood, like dim lighting. You got the flower comforter from like the early 90s.
Yeah.
And the pillowcases with like stains on them.
Oh.
It's a good room.
Well, how have you been in there to know?
I haven't. It's a lot of pictures of him thanking his ex-wife for coming and making his bed.
Several desk fans.
Several.
He's got no AC.
I think he does, but he just likes to keep it nice and cool on his face.
Oh.
Doug, you want to hear what a big hole sounds like?
Well, I don't know. A singer you're talking about?
No. Here, NASA has captured what the inside of a black hole sounds like.
Oh, I would like to hear that. Why is it?
Ah! 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 Ah!
Still better than a Mr. Lick's call.
7 billion well spent for sure for this audio.
What would cause that sound?
The black hole.
I know, but what's black hole doing to make that sound?
Well, that's where all the gerbils hang out. There's actually a a slew of gerbils.
And if you got close to it, you'd be sucked down into it, right?
Sure,
And
yeah.
come out who knows where on the other side of the universe?
We need to spend $50 billion more to really see if black holes do suck things up. So I think that should be the next project. I like that we have the sound.
But do we know that really came from there? I mean, you could go put a microphone in a tunnel. It'd be the same thing.
Yeah, NASA is just a big
You
magnet.
think they're lying to us?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Well, you have no proof that that's from the black hole.
You don't think there's scientists out there trying to discover the mysteries of the universe?
What do we got? Post-it notes? Awesome.
Sick.
So
Velcro?
sick. Velcro. I mean, you can't live without those two items. Write a blank check.
Well, I don't know. What if they actually unraveled some of the mysteries of how it all began? And who created it? Was it created? Or,
They're not going to.
well, not if we make no effort. We're sure not going to.
We made a hell of an effort and have a RC car on Mars, and we have a microphone in a black hole.
Well, we're
I
just
mean,
getting
come
started.
on, dude. This is like South Park.
We didn't even have an airplane until about 100 years ago, a little more than 100 years ago. We didn't have an airplane.
And now we have an RC car.
Well, that's things on the
That
Earth.
takes pictures of dust. It's so dope.
We weren't even going to space back then. So what does, we have an airplane now, have anything
Well,
to do
that's
with
how
we
far
just got south?
technology has come in 100 years. Give us another 100, who knows what we'll be able to
NASA's
do.
biggest accomplishment
we can come
happened
up
like
with things.
45 years ago.
But not because we had a microphone in the black hole. I heard something in there. I think we can
What-
develop this.
Don't you see a remarkable progress from, oh my God, we just got an airplane off the ground from the Wright brothers in, 1912 to now? We've got spaceships up getting sound of black holes. That's
Well, the
pretty good
airplane
progress.
did something. It got us from point A to point B in like an hour and a half instead of 14 days.
And look what it's led to.
Now we got a microphone in a hole.
But how did it get there?
Well, it wasn't an airplane.
No, it was a spaceship, satellite, I don't know what, something.
I mean, we have an RC car, what's basically in the Sahara Desert.
An
hoping
RC car? What's an RC?
Like just these little remote control cars up on Mars. That's what to me,
Pretty
that's
amazing technological feat, isn't it?
It is, but what are we getting out of it?
Yeah, again, Doug,
Well,
I think you're missing the point.
You get technology.
I get the technology aspect of it, but what is that doing for us? Yes, there's dust on Mars. We knew that. I think we pretty much knew that there was no water, there's no life forms. So we're spending billions to prove that to ourselves after we already kind of know that information.
I think mentality was discovered on Mars.
Well, if that's the case, then it is worth it. The great company.
Yeah.
Check it out at LowTUSA.
We got a number of sponsors on Mars.
I'm backpedaling now.
FDA-approved testosterone treatment, board-certified physicians who work with most insurance. I went to Mentality and got checked out. And, Doug, it's so easy. It's 15 minutes. The people there are really kind, and a lot of TMA listeners have gone out there. That's great to hear. If you're dealing with decreased mental acuity, attention span, and stress can cause focus issues on even the most simple tasks. Belly fat, feeling bloated, and a lack of lean muscle and tone that used to be easy to get rid of or maintain, or low libido and disinterested in spouse or partner, which can lead to relationship problems, then check out Mentality today at lowtusa.com. Go to lowtusa.com and learn about it. It's St. Louis based. You can go to one of their locations here in the area, get checked out, meet with a physician, and get your levels tested. And the normal range for testosterone is large. So if you've been to a doctor and they told you that you're normal without understanding the range or testing your free testosterone, it wasn't fully looked at. Come get checked with Mentality. And that is at lowtusa.com. Jesse Kioski just sent me a text. There are now 2 foursomes for the Lemmings left.
Oh.
If you want to play, you got to go get it now.
Yeah, they'll probably be gone by the end of the day.
I would imagine.
Oh, yeah.
So go to tmastl.com to register. It's September 23rd, and it is at Normandy. And we're partnering with the Megan Meyer Foundation. You heard from Tina Meyer in yesterday's Mug and S 7 o'clock hour. And it's $85 per golfer. I think to be exact, with the Eventbrite fees, it's $92.50 per golfer. And you get all of your Michelob Ultra. Of course, your golf is included. Putting green use is included. And you also get donut drive-in in the morning, get lunch, and you get Uncle Leo's in the afternoon. How do you do?
And
Not
we
bad.
are intending to weigh people to see who gains the most.
We're going to do that. And we're going to have cameras everywhere to find the Uncle Leo's pizza thieves.
Stop some of this thievery.
Yep.
So that's TMASTL.com. Now 2 foursomes left, 25 of the 27 available, gone. 2 left. Get them at TMASTL.com. Our Friday night is pizza night partner this week, Uncle Leo's. Free 10-piece toasted ravioli with an order of any size pizza. God, I love that Uncle Leo's. My goodness, Uncle Leo's, the Miners Boys. And you get free 10-piece toasted ravioli with the order of any pizza this week. Friday night is pizza night on TMA. Friday night is pizza night on TMA.
Someone just dropped something off at our door.
What was that?
I don't know. They left it on the floor right by the door.
It's a pipe bomb.
Some sort of gift?
More rummage sale items?
I don't know.
Is it a note saying stop
in the
leaving your
world?
bowling shirts on the kitchen? Or?
What in the world? Tim's gone out to pick it up to check it out.
This
Everybody here is friendly and happy.
Oh.
You ever notice that?
Yeah. What's up with that?
We're
doing our best to stop that.
Yeah, we are.
I'm always friendly and happy once I get out of here.
Okay.
I mean,
Hold on,
I'm
you're
happy-
friendly. What do you mean?
I'm happy with you guys. I mean, I have to listen to these texts for 3 hours.
Oh.
And I get banty, but after that, I'm happy as a lark when I leave the studio.
All right.
Jackson and I receive what you, from 10 to 11, what you receive
all day.
from 7 to 10.
I can imagine.
Tim, thank you for donating 1 hour in studio for the golf tournament. And that is from some people at a future sponsor. So there you go. That's what that is. And Doug,
All right.
notepads. Notepads
I like
and
notepads.
pens
Yeah.
And some golf tees. Look at that. Orange, too.
Yeah, I like
Keychain
those.
My son will love that. He's
Keychain
big
looks.
into the orange thing.
Keychain looks great.
That poop bags?
Doug?
Dog poop bags were delivered to us?
Yeah, I think that's a poop bag holder.
What is?
That white
Oh, this?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
all yours. There you go,
Nice.
Plowhawk. It's perfect
I
for
thought it was a
you.
keychain.
No, see,
What a little treat. It's even got the poop bags in there.
Oh, and I love that company. Good. That's sweet.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you, guys.
Well, we all got something today. We got what we wanted.
You got a new bowling shirt?
I did. Yep.
Tim got notepads?
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I like a good notepad.
And I got to take my note away from that table. I walked in there and Christy goes, "Thank you for bringing all the stuff in. I didn't do it."
Oh, well, you're going to be...
Somebody brought in a whole lot of laundry.
What's great about that is he knew that he was just going to bypass it and have Iggy be blamed for it. So he just dumps 50 hats on there, knowing that out of sight, out of mind.
Now I will say, I think a lot of the hats are when Jeff Burton, they were doing the hat of the day with Jeff.
Ooh,
and
okay.
I think a lot of those hats are from that.
Well, if that's the case, I'm going to take one.
Yes, I don't know about the T-shirts and that, but the hat, I will take one of the hats.
Yes, I will. If that's the case, I'm definitely going to take a Burton hat.
There you go. We have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today in a matter of moments. Balloon party at the top of the hour. Leave a mic drop like Stephen Wildwood using the 101 ESPN app, or you can text in like Hugh from Marlboro and Merle from Oakville, Jackson?
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
Yeah. Well, they're really getting involved over there.
Got to get those
And now
right.
they're spreading their wings to other shows on 101 ESPN, and now apparently going to the WIL text inbox.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
We can't work well with others. We can't.
Hey,
we need
Christy,
to be
you ready for a
alone,
meeting?
by ourselves
It's
in a
amazing.
cave.
It's amazing that one of the 15 people who live in Marlboro is actually texting into the show.
There's like 2,000 live in Marlboro.
I would check this. I would check
I
that
passed
again.
the
He's a big
signs.
John Rocker guy, by the way.
Oh, God, that's the guy.
Someone named Sweaty Mama just tried to friend me on Venmo.
Oh.
Nice.
I looked at the
YouTube
what the hell
chat
that means.
and saw Jackson went
Sweaty Mama.
straight ham bone on the deletes of the bot. There was one time in
Oh,
that
is that
chat,
right?
there was like 15 of them in a row that this has been deleted, and it's all like looking for sex. Or some version
Yeah,
of that.
and they know this is the wrong place to look.
Yeah, well,
Jackson, they are mad as hornets about the podcast. What's wrong with the podcast?
I don't know. It's up on. I have it on Apple right here.
Why in the world are there two first segments?
There is.
Where is segment 2?
Yeah,
Why did
sometimes
segment
that's
1
weird.
just upload now, 2.5 hours after the start of the show?
Okay,
It's from Tommy Brindle.
I'm looking it up.
Excuse
right
me, Mr. Brindle. Let me explain it to you.
And then a guy I know says, there is no pod up at 9:20 a.m. How am I ever going to get through my day?
9:20, like the station?
No.
There's no pod at 9:20 in the morning. I can hook you up. But...
Yeah, because you'd be looking in the wrong
9:20
place.
in the morning.
Okay, well, the first segment ended at 8:30, and it's up on Apple. I'm staring at. For whatever reason, sometimes our software uploads 2 segments. I don't know how people could complain about having 2 segments, like it's the same thing. And then this third segment, or second segment, I should say, ended like 15 minutes ago, so it's going to take a second. Hold your horses.
This is from the Shy Play Baby. People really do use that messaging app on the...
Oh, I blocked all of them. Shit.
Yeah, so
I tried to block one guy and it
on the
blocked the
TMA
entire
app.
message.
I don't get any anymore, thank God.
And maybe that's why they send them directly to me and not to, because you can send them to the entire show, but then people like complain about things to me. This is to the entire show, though, from the Shy Play Baby. Tim, I was also just in Nash Vegas this weekend like Doug. I banged the maid of honor and my buddy took the bride down, shooting fish in a barrel there. Sup, Plowsy. That's from Shy Play Baby.
That's my boy. Love him. What up, dude?
Did he bang the maid of honor?
Shy Play Baby don't play. And he doesn't lie either. So I'm going to have to take his word for it until I have anything different. You know him. It's Deke's boy. No, you would know him.
Doug, it's Deke's boy.
He's probably telling the truth then.
Yeah.
What up,
well,
Shy?
he don't play. Shy don't play.
Love that guy. Nice, Doug.
Fistful of Bourbon don't play either. There's a lot of common sense and Western wisdom, like don't squat with your spurs on and always drink upstream from the fan page. And there's also some Western wisdom that's less common, like never steal from a bear, which you can't make for yourself, or a twink doesn't know his worth until he's eye-to-eye with a rattlesnake holding the toad. Sure, there's a good lesson in there somewhere, but there's one lesson that's perfectly clear. Fistful of Bourbon is an award-winning blend of 5 straight bourbons and is smooth as a banker on Friday. Get wise and pick up a bottle today. Don't be a damn fool. Please enjoy responsibly. Imported by William Grant & Sons, New York, New York. There it is, Fistful of Bourbon. Ladies and gentlemen, we are fast approaching the time for the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day.
Feels like it, yeah.
Hey!
All right.
JV golf coach is your leader. But look at Kevin Miller. This is a guy who's been competing out there for years and never really broken through.
Mm-hmm.
And yet here he is on the verge of winning Email of the Month.
It'd be big for him.
This would be fun. JV Golf Coach is one. We saw him coming at the end of last year. Said this guy is going to be a force, kind of like a Will Zalatoris. But here's this Scott Stallings, Kevin Miller. You know, he's been out there.
Yeah.
Got himself in really good shape and is really performing well in the dog days of August. This is fun to see a guy.
Kevin Miller got himself in shape?
Really tight body on him.
I saw him at the trivia night. I don't think that's accurate.
You didn't think his body was tight or rewarding?
Pinky swear. It when I take my right pinky finger, stick it in my neighbor Butchie's butt.
Okay, that's enough. I've heard enough already.
Damn, that feels good.
Oh.
That's from Dirty Bird.
Dirty Bird, suspended 2
Shorten to the
days
point.
time. STL tax.
Am I in the filtered file?
Yes, sir.
Making sure people don't get away with this stuff. They are being punished. Thank you, Mark Milton.
I'll just go back to my last drive on Normandy. It was beautiful, about 260 yards. Well, Fibby Fibberton, the majestic 18th hole happens to be the most historic par 3 west of the Mississippi. So historic, in fact, that everyone knows it's a 241-yard hole. So Iggy's drive would have been in the eating area or on St. Charles Rock Road. And it doesn't exactly help when Haxon, tie enabler, goes along with liar pants on fire story. We have ourselves a problem. Honestly, I expected a little more from a U-High grad. My theory is a little cross-contamination of the Plowboy reefer air particles. I'll close with a fun fact. Both Wright brothers were notorious for performing anal on each other on Friday nights at the Kitty Hawk Nights of Columbus.
I don't know that they were.
That's from Eden is the first name, Doug, and the last name is Butts.
Eden Buttes.
Well, let me
Kevin Miller.
I'll answer that real quickly for you, Kevin Miller. We only played 9 holes. So my last hole was the 9th hole. So try again, buddy.
Oh, did you go to the bottom of the hill?
I had about 130 out.
Oh. Damn. Did you stick it?
No, I chunked 2.
Nice.
And you're breaking 100 at...
Yes, I will. I'll break 100. I like the end of it, though, Miller. Not bad.
Mount Rushmore of terrible things a coworker does. Drops off smoke in desperation, flop sweat-stained clothing where everyone eats.
Well, they've never been worn. Next.
Smokes in front of doorways like a delinquent from the 1950s.
Don't do that. Next.
Broil retention pond eels in the company microwave.
Wrong. 0 for 3. Next.
An annoy worker with your constant bebopping around the complex like a mental patient. That's from Glenn with a silent G.
Glenn with a silent G.
So it would be Len.
Guys, Plops here. You know, I'm just your typical South County Catholic gentleman. I'm not all that special. I like a good Sunday softball game on the church grounds. My favorite day of the year is the school picnic, and I like my anus just like I like my pizza dough. And stretched. Hey, changing speeds. Doug, I saw you did the copy and paste thing on Facebook that apparently you must do to let Facebook know they are not allowed to steal your information and pictures. Good thing you did that. You're safe now, old man.
Feels like it.
If there was ever a way to tell someone that you're 70 years old without telling him you're 70 years old, it's posting that lunacy. Do you honestly think that will hold up in court in the case of you against a $50 billion corporation is something that you once copied and pasted as a Facebook post?
Why wouldn't
You're better than that. You're still hot, though, and I'd still hand stretch that tooth sleeve anytime. Thanks. Glad to be here. That's from Misty Plops.
Misty Plops.
And finally, I can be a bottom. I can be a top. Here are 4 men I'd like to bang, and I don't want to stop. First, I choose Raby, and Jackson is next. His good buddy Garrett, then Joe Roderick's breast. Let me surprise you. Let me ride you. Let me push it. Let me smush it. Vapes and lingerie and liquid and lace. I need Broderick's B-cups to rest on my face. Here's a rubber. You better wear it. My bottom's ready. Now, please disrobe Garrett. Please begin slowly, ever so gently. My gape is still aching from Jackson's big entry. One at a time, boys. Just wait your turn. Now watch very closely so Raby can learn. Yearn for my bottom and yearn for my chest. When you're done, I'll tell you I like best. Yearn for my haunches and yearn for my touch. Yearn for my bottom so sweaty and rough. Look at the sunset. Look to the skies. Looking at Jackson making my pant rise. Jackson's my favorite, so tall and so lean. His wispy blonde hairdo makes my heart my ween. Doug, that's from the JV golf coach.
JV golf coach.
P.S. In case my poem was not quite clear, I want some members of the St. Louis media to rub their sex organs on my backside, but Jackson gets me the horniest out of them all.
Okay.
Such a good show.
Thanks.
It's not a good show. It's not a good email.
A little cherry on top.
Jeez, I generally like a poem, but in this case, it got a little rough. It got very rough. I'm going to go with a fellow by the name of Eden Buttes.
Yeah, I like a good poem, too. I like it so much, I'm voting for it.
JV golf coach.
Yeah.
Wow, so our 2 leaders, and now a lot of pressure on me. I'm not prepared for this kind of pressure. Now, I can vote for somebody else.
Yeah, sure.
And then that means the Plowhawk has that pressure. But honestly, I thought Eden Butts was the best, so I'm going with Eden Butts. So Kevin Miller has just tied JV golf coach with 6 emails of the bunt left. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Never thought I'd see the day.
No.
Here it is right upon us.
Was that the stretch and dough one?
No, that was Misty Plops.
That was
I don't even remember what Miller's was.
But it was very good, whatever it was.
It's something about the Knights of Columbus or something.
Yeah, that the Wright brothers used to enter each other anally at the Knights of Columbus.
Oh, I'd forgotten he said that. It's too late for my book.
Much rather have that than one more rover on a desert planet. Give me ass.
Desert planet.
They're not happy with Harrison Bader on Yankees Twitter.
Duh.
Jordan Montgomery threw a 1-hit shutout tonight. Harrison Bader better be better than Jim Edmonds if he even plays in September. It's from Barstool Hubs, a Yankees fan.
He's still not playing at all, is he, Bader?
Why would they make that?
They just send videos around him slapping 5 with Yankees players. Saying
haircut off.
Bader's job on the Yankees is to slap ass.
Yeah, how many girls?
Wait till they post him pulling up to the game wearing his outfits.
Yeah, how many girls find him attractive now, dude? He looks hideous without that hair, bro.
Wow, out of nowhere, it got personal on appearances on the King.
Well, he went from bending the knee to just trash.
Wow.
Well, he's a Yankee now, so screw him.
Wow.
Going on here anymore.
I really feel bad for him because that's a bad enough town to play in, but now the way Montgomery's pitching, you get out there, maybe go 0 for 4 your first night out. I mean, God almighty.
He'll make a diving catch down 7-0 and then justify his appearance.
Boy, Doug, I mean, it's like we...
being spewed.
Let's just let Plowhawk and let's Pepper and Genie do balloon party today.
Yeah, they haven't hit a bumper. Just keep it running.
I got Pepper and Genie then.
I told Plowsy pick the topic today.
What are you guys going with?
I haven't had. I don't know yet.
If you would scream some of those takes, like Stephen A. Smith, you might get a $5 million
multi-million.
My throat already hurts.
I'll try and scream something today.
All right.
No matter what, I'll scream something.
All right. Well, that's coming up on Pepper and Genie. Jackson and I are 2 minutes away from, just We're gonna take the high hard one. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, you will.
They'll be screaming at you.
But you can text in and like Hugh from Marlboro and Roll from Oakville, 65780, or leave a mic drop like Steve in Wildwood. Using the 101 ESPN app, Pepper and Genie will be on the TMA app. If you subscribe to our podcast, you get Pepper and Genie. That doesn't make Mr. Licks happen, but it's there. And you can send in emails for QFTA for the Tim McKernan Show podcast, which is also on the podcast feed for TMA. Send those to me at tmckernan@InsideSTL.com. Time for us to shut it down and close out our Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. For the Plowhawk, for Jackson, for Iggy, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Elvin Vaughn, and Tim McKernan. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.